Hold on, you guys. Hello? It's got to be all the way down. Is it? Hold on, you guys. 1 second. Hello? Volume's already on. And then let's turn off. There might be a feedback. What about now? I don't know how that's gonna work. Anyway, how is everyone today? Okay, that should be good. How is everyone today? Microphones are too close together. That is correct. How is everyone? Ow, 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 ow. Sharita said, God, Lee, I guess that's what it is. We got Marie Allen in here. We got tipped out by Mary T. Hey, Danielle Clark, Sharina, on time. I can't believe it. Fuchsia Jones, hi, the J Discoveries. Look who else we got here. Me, Chrissy, Regine, hi, Joshua. Joshua said hello and good evening to you all. Joshua already warned me. He said I'm coming on tonight because I got some questions. Okay, hello. I don't know why Sharina's in here talking about the Wiz, but she is. Oh, we got R. Jordan in here. Hey, Kendall's Nailery. Kendall is, you guys, excited. Kendall is so excited because she starts school on Monday. And she has already packed up all this stuff, you guys. Kendall has packed up everything in her nail room. And also, she put books in there, drills, everything she owns. And I said, honey, it's the first day. You're going to be getting your badges and reading the chapters. But keep that same energy. Congratulations. Oh, where was I? KM from Australia. Hi, welcome. Joshua from Florida. I think we got a couple of people from Florida. We got Anthony here. Anthony is from Baltimore, Maryland. Be more. And then let's see. Tommy. Oh, Tommy. Tommy is in here tonight. Oh my goodness. Everybody is logging in. We got Tommy. Wait. Oh my God. Maybe I should look at my phone and log into this stuff, huh? So I can really see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening here. Maybe it'll work on my phone. I don't know. Maybe I can send myself an invite. We're trying to do something here. But she's not going to talk because then you'll figure out who the special guest is, right? So then Anthony's here. We got Tommy in here. Hey. Who else in here? Victoria, Ashley. First time watching me live, really? We are not going 6 hours today. We are going 5.25 hours, not 6. How does that sound? The special guest is like, you said. Okay, so I'm going to try something here because we want this to be set up in a really good way where you can see what to do. So just give me, you know what? Our special guest is going to talk to you, and I want to see if you can guess who it is by what they're saying, and I'm going to try to set up something really quick. Go ahead and say hello. They can't see you. They just need to try to guess who it is.
Hey, guys. I've definitely been on a live before.
You've been on a live before?
I have been on a live before. I really wonder if anybody is actually going to guess who I am.
Let's see if people guess it. I'm sending myself an evite. I wonder. They already know. They said, did I give you a hug? How do you know that's who it is? How do you know?
Who are they talking about?
Did you stay on the total 6 hours?
I didn't.
That's why she don't know what the heck you talking about. Did I give who a hug?
Oh, they do.
I'm trying to invite myself because the goal here is to, I'm talking to you here, and then I wanted to have this where allow mic cam access.
But
I'm trying to see something, you guys. Trying to set it up where you can really see. That's not going to work.
Which is the line doesn't go all the way down.
That is not going to work. With the both of us on here at the same time.
Can you change it to be on your phone? And you can look at it like this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably, let's see what happens. Just give me a moment, you guys, because I'm trying to do something special here because today we are doing a live demo with acrylic. And so with this streaming software and then trying to invite ourselves to show what we're doing on a second screen, it is not allowing it. But let me see if I can go. Let's see what happens if I try to go live here. Let's see what happens. Trying something because we did not anticipate this issue. I wonder if it'll kick me off of here. If it does, I'm live on my phone now. I think it's going to be 2 separate lives.
Would it?
I think it would be 2 separate lives. That's what it's going to be. I think that's what's going to happen. Guys, do you see her? Do you see this second live here? Because I won't be able to do it from this laptop. That's what's going to happen. That's okay.
Unless they come onto this one. Unless they come onto this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, you guys. There is a new live. I'm going to have to come off my laptop because you won't be able to see what we're doing and what we're talking about. So log on. It's 2 lives, right? That's not going to work because you won't be able to talk to me on one. Well, I guess you could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
We could do both, right? Because we could talk on here, but they're not going to match up.
Can they watch both?
They can't watch both. What do you guys think? Can you watch both? Can we watch both? Can we do this? Can we make YouTube history? What do you all think? Is this weird? Is this crazy? Like, if you want to talk to me directly and look at me, you'll be on this right here on the stream. But then if you want to actually look at what she's doing, you'll be on the other live. Because she's so close to me, it's not allowing either one of us to be invited into it because I wanted to split the screen, but it's not allowing that. So I think this video will be the one that I keep up then.
They're asking over here if we can use my phone, but it didn't work because then we got that loud noise at the very beginning.
We're getting the feedback. Unless we turn off the microphone?
I did have it off, but I think
on your settings? On your settings on your phone?
Like I lowered it all the way.
No, I mean like in your settings, like your actual phone settings. You get what I'm saying? Do you guys think that will work?
Like here? Like when you pull this down? Because this was all the way.
No, the actual settings, the settings screen. You guys, we're trying to figure out how to make this work so it's like, let's see. I'm just thinking of something. General, if you all have any suggestions on here, because I didn't anticipate the sounds and what? I didn't anticipate that. That's what I'm gonna say. Maybe we have some phone people in here. We can turn down the volume on the other one where we watch what you're doing. That's what we would end up having to do that. But I'm trying to get this all on one feed, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's Saturday. You got somewhere to go? Control center? Customize controls? Ooh! Camera.
I think that's just for this top section.
Yeah, and we're getting a feedback when we talk. We can just talk, narrate the business.
It's just when when I lower it all the way down, since I'm in a chat, I don't think it allows you to go completely silent on it.
Here, click back on it. I'm going to see if I can mute out.
Let's see.
Okay. So today's live, she's here, and today we want to focus on the acrylic portion of it because she is a new nail tech. Like I know a lot of you guys are new nail techs, and she just wanted to get some tips and tricks. So I'm like, hey, if you can come by, she's one of these people, that would say, I don't have a model, and she does not. And learning more about her story, she does not have a model. I have on my nails already. And so we're getting the feedback instantly.
But you see, even if I lower it all the way, it doesn't go all the way down. And then down here, which is the actual phone, it doesn't. I don't want to.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work. So I can narrate, and then they can look at this live if they want to. And I'm so sorry, you guys. That's just one of those funny things about trying to stream. If she was in another room or someplace else, but because she's in the same room with me, we're getting this crazy feedback that's going to annoy you. Sorry. Where's my phone?
Right here.
You already know what we got to do. Come on now. You got to get your
Okay.
Am I saying your name right? We have in the room Dally. We have Dally in the room. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cheers it on up with our tea. Cheers.
Oh,
cheers. And we got to, how do we drink it? Because we're such ladies. Isn't it delicious tea?
It is.
Scrumptious. Oh, this is your phone.
It is. Oh, I was showing you the comments.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So, as you all can see, she has everything already set up, and I'm going to sit this up just a little bit. Can you all see okay? I'm going to lift it just a little bit. I think that's better, I think. Well, actually, I don't think she really wants to be on camera today. It's going to be more about her doing the nails, and as we're working, if you have any tips or tricks, and then I'm going to talk as well. And then I'm looking directly here in the camera at the comments. And if I have anything I want to say, then I will be posting it here. You know what I'm saying? So it is too, if you don't want to necessarily look at me, you can just focus on this one here and look at this camera and this live here. And you'll still be able to hear me if you want to talk more directly to me, because at some point she's just going to be working. And while she's working, then I'll be talking more directly to you here, but you'll both be able to hear me on both ends, if that makes sense. Okay. So it's up to you how you want to do that. Get what I'm saying? That's the best I can come up with, you guys. That's the best I can come up with. So can you tell them why you came today and what you plan to learn, or anyone, whatever you want to say? Short, you got the floor.
Okay.
Do you want to be on camera a little bit?
So
no, not y'all, but you're glowing a little bit.
I'm thinking.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, you guys do like this. Wait, forget it. Forget it.
Okay. So I wanted to I'm very new at this. I have practiced on myself and I have a practice hand at home. And I'm still practicing the liquid to powder ratio as well as prepping the nail and working on the cuticle area to make it look nice. And I'm still learning how to lay the acrylic. So I'm fairly new compared to her, at least, which is why I'm here to kind of learn and see if I can get any tips or tricks or direction on what I could do better.
Okay, cool. So what I think we're going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and talk. And then if anyone has any questions, you can just like let me know. And then she'll be putting on her tips. So you can watch her now, but what she's going to do, she went ahead and ripped off her set that she had on. She did. We do it. Don't act like you don't, because we've all done it. She ripped off her old set, and now she's going to just go ahead and apply tips because she's going to work on her own hand today. And I suggest if you don't have anyone, like I told everyone else, if you don't have a person, it's always good to work on yourself. Why? Because you'll know how it feels. You'll know if you're hurting yourself. You'll know, like what's too much or whatever. It's just okay to work on yourself, So she did take off a set earlier. So she's just going to go ahead, and I'm going to be kind of coaching her along. And we had a little bit of a discussion before we went on camera. She's been here for a minute. She got here early, you guys. I was eating and everything and about to pass out. And I said, I'm running to the store. And she said, I'm on my way. I said, oh my gosh, she's so prompt. So I didn't have a chance to go to the store or anything, but we did have a chance to talk beforehand. So I do know that my personality can be quite aggressive and progressive. So I had to ask her, I said, what do you think of me like now meeting me in person? Seriously, I don't even care. I do care, but I don't care like that. But I do care.
Well, I think it's definitely a nice difference, I guess, because when you're on video, it's definitely more kind of, not even aggressive, I wouldn't say, just like more firm, more direct, kind of to the point. And then when I met you in person, it was like a lot more of, you were kind of like bubbly, and which, not that you're not in videos. It was
no,
just
it's fine. I want to hear feedback.
It was just kind of like a side of you that I didn't expect. Like I thought I was gonna come here and meet the same version of you as when you're talking on the lives or on your videos. And it was different. It was a nice difference. I don't mean any harm in that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you all a little secret that I haven't said to her yet. She thought I was gonna kill her. You know how I know?
Oh, yeah.
Because she was very jumpy when she got here, and if I walk behind her, she like.
I was scared. Okay.
I understand, because you're going into someone's home that you just met off the internet, and so for me, it's nothing because I have people in and out my house all day. But I could tell that she was nervous, and
it doesn't help. I've been watching like crime podcasts and all that stuff at work.
I went behind her to plug up her phone. She's like, I'm just gonna plug in the phone right there, right? But I get it, and that's why I was going to get some wine, but I didn't have tea. Tea. But she was on her. She came really early because we were only supposed to go live at 7:30, but she got here like 6:30.
Yeah, I got here early.
Really early, and you guys know I usually run behind a few minutes, not ahead. So, yeah. And I'm so sorry, you guys, for you all who are just getting here. Because we're in the same room, it will not allow me to run both because I'm streaming on here, and then you have this on here. If you want, we can just see this software right here where I'm looking at you right here. You know how I can invite people in to come talk? Well, she's in the same room with me. So if I invite her into the room, it's a loud feedback, and we tried it on her phone, my phone. It just won't work because we're in the same room. If she was at home, then she could be doing this at home, and I could have just invited her in. But because she's here, so I can see exactly what's going on, let's go look at something. I want to tell her something. Now, I'm going to be on you a little bit, right? Because that's why you're here. I tell everyone, don't spend too much time with this part right here. As long as that nail is straight, that's why I say, how good is your glue? Because that's why things like this, if you look at this with her putting on the tip, your glue is important because You should be able to pop on a nail like within a few seconds. A few seconds. Also, these tips to me are a little bit thick. I want you to just try a few of these right here. See, she bought those from Sally. Nope, leave them on there so you can tell the difference. I want you to take some of my tips from Sally Beauty Supply. 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's not even sticking.
These are thinner. These are thinner tips. More was used in most nail salons. So just try these. These are what she brought. And yeah, this is good hands-on information. So I am kind of like, when it comes down to this, you guys, I'm nice, but I'm not nice. You know why? Because it's business. And in business, when people start paying their money, you know, you got to be ready to get the money and get the people in and out. So it doesn't help you if I'm going to be too nice. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to work with these thinner tips. I think these are a little bit thick, and I think this stuff like this is what keeps people fouling all day too, when they putting tips on people. So Nails by Deborah Lynn said that she is watching the demo on her phone and you on my computer. See, we worked it on now, didn't we, honey?
Having technical difficulties.
You want to use my glue? See the difference now? Slowly she's going to be using all my stuff, which is fine, because now we're learning the difference between why you need a license and the difference between not having a license and having a license. Like, I can easily go get these products right here, which are more professional grade products. This is what you can go buy at Sally Beauty Supply. This is what you're going to be able to get easier, you know, as a professional nail tech. Not to say you can't get it, but you're going to probably have to do a little more moving around with it. Is that empty? It shouldn't be. No, wait. I don't have to do all that. I've been using this bottle all day. Hold on. It's full. It's the way it's. Wait, let's see. So what I'm going to do is just crimp the top, because the top might have just closed up. There we go. See? The glue shot up out of there. So now it should just easily. Yep, it's full. Don't even squeeze it. Just touch it. See? Yeah, I was like, don't. It'll be like. Okay, Deborah Lynn, that's smart. So Deborah Lynn said, I'm watching the demo on her phone and then you on my computer. Smart. Jason Love said, nope, been watching you. Been waiting on you all day. Where's my apple? You usually give me an apple. Think I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely different than these.
Wait, what did you say?
That's definitely a lot different.
It's a lot different. How did it feel different to you?
It definitely stayed on a lot faster than these do, and I didn't even have to really struggle with it at all. It just kind of went on there.
Because these nail tips are thicker and this glue is thicker. Thicker viscosity on here, and these tips are way thicker. It's just stuff like this that you get from Sally Beauty Supply, I do not recommend. I just don't, but I want to see how she worked with it first. So here, take my stuff and use that. Stuff like this will increase your speed. Definitely increase your speed. No, it's not set up that way because I'm on my laptop and I'm up here with this, and it's very awkward. That's why we have both. And she doesn't necessarily want to be definitely like all the way on camera like that all day. So she wants to, and I don't want to make her nervous too much with working. So that's why we're not doing it, because I don't want that camera right in her face. So that's why it's kind of split up this way. And the deal was to really have us on camera together, but you know, the technology ain't quite there yet.
Oh, yeah. Just one second.
You like it?
No.
What's wrong with it?
Well, is it normal for it to go down?
Let's see down here.
Yeah, okay. Maybe
it's fine.
Okay.
When you pull that, it'll be fine. It'll be fine once you pull the skin.
Okay.
So Life of Melody TV said, watching you as I'm working with my practice hands. See, originally she was going to come with the practice hand, but those practice hands, do you all have any tips and tricks on how to keep the tips on there? Because I have one down here she could have used, but I don't really use it because there's not much out practice these days, but I can look at a lot of stuff and just kind of do it. But with the practice hand, I did buy one and I had a problem keeping the tips on there. Like it became annoying. So, and I know a lot of people had that problem. I saw some videos about different types of glues, but I just kind of threw the hand back there somewhere.
No.
What?
the glue still on my fingers, so it was sticky.
Oh, it's hardcore, and you don't need much. As soon as you touch it, you don't even have to squeeze. As soon as you touch it, it automatically, just the slightest pressure, and it's going to automatically touch on the nail. So, yeah. They said, Jason said, what size brush do you use?
I've been using a number 8. I am honestly still experimenting with different sizes. I don't know. I don't know that
small.
I've necessarily say that, oh, that's my go-to. That's just the newest one that I've been working with and kind of playing with.
I'm going to soak her brush to see. A lot of nail techs, this is something that a lot of new nail techs do. You said you use a bead of acrylic on the practice hand to keep it on. You heard what she said?
A bead
of acrylic to hold the tip on there.
Oh,
see, I don't. That. Yeah, me neither. I don't use it, but that's good.
Sorry to interrupt. Look,
no,
for example, it's like not necessarily. But then earlier I squeezed it, and that's when I heard all over me. And I just like.
I don't know what just happened here. Hold on. We're just going to open new glue because a professional nail tech always has tons of glue. I'm just going to open up a new one. No problem. Okay, and do you use multiple brushes?
I tried a bigger one, but it was because at the time when I was kind of buying all of my stuff, that was the only one that was available.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that one and I started playing with it. Then I thought it was too big and I needed something where I could kind of control the acrylic a little bit more. So I went for the number 8, just based off of videos that I was watching from different people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like a very common brush. So I got that one and I started kind of playing with it. But I do agree that I think it's kind of small and maybe it makes you like pick up too many beads to actually cover the nail with the
How many beads are you using?
Well, I work in like, since I haven't learned how to completely control the acrylic, I kind of put a little bit and then I add a little bit more. So I don't count my beads. I just try to shape it.
Girl, not when you leave here today.
Okay.
Not when you leave here today. We're going to let her concentrate on that. Melody of Life of Melody TV, I want you to come on screen because I'm going to be coaching both of you all. Send me your email address here and I'm going to send you a link so you can come on half the screen here. I can be helping, talking to you and working with her. At the same time, Reginae done gave me a darn thumbs down. I done found out. Everybody, we done found out. We have found out who is doing this to us. Well, to me. Please stop it. Stop giving me those thumbs down, Reginae. What did I ever do to you? This is what I want to know. What did I ever do to you? Reginae, what did I ever do to you? Stop. You want to be on live here, and I could kind of see what you're doing too. If you have something, you could just kind of prop your phone. If you want to, just throwing it out there. I don't know exactly what kind of brush, but she did tell you the size.
What's it? Oh, it's a Mia Secret brush.
Oh, it's Mia Secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you have it over there.
Okay. I didn't give her a hug. So really we were supposed to be giving you a hug because you seemed so sad. I said it. But I might have been a little emotional because of all this wine, because you all have me on live, but you all forget.
Tea. All the tea.
All the tea, right. All the tea. And what I forget is that you all are blogging in and out of these lives, but I'm sitting here for a straight 6 hours doing like this. For hours and hours and hours. And then at the end, look, so you got a slurper now. Let's do it one more time.
Hold on.
We'll go. Because we are what? Ladies.
Yes, we are ladies.
And I have to watch myself because I get all emotional. Like, I feel like she need a hug. And when I see her, I'm going to give her a hug.
I was going to give you a hug, but then I was like, maybe that's weird.
No, please. No. But I kind of want to get in and get set up because, is Dominia here with her little lace self? Dominia and Sharina, Precious Me. I'm going to need some moderators soon. But yeah, like, you just seem really sad and kind of like down your energy. We were just kind of discussing it just a little bit, like, heck, she doesn't seem like she doesn't know if she can do this. So what was going on with you that night, if you don't mind us asking?
Well,
I'm asking. Do tell.
I mean, nothing was really wrong. I think I really enjoyed that live, and I really enjoyed all the positive things that everybody was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely something that I glued them all down.
No, we're listening though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just something new, and it's something that I really want to learn and get good at.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also something that I don't think many people understand until I kind of started talking to all of you guys.
That's why this community exists, because a lot of people don't understand what we're talking about. It sounds like, oh, here she is with this hobby of hers.
Yeah, basically. So then other people also don't understand, like, if you're not into nails, why would you care about anything that I'm telling you if I'm trying to have a conversation about it? So that's why I really liked and enjoyed the live that time. And I'm so happy that it led me to do this too. Thank you.
Cool. Well, you're going to cut them where you think you want to. Let me hold on, you guys.
I've never used these.
Oh, tip clipper. They're easy to get, cheap to get, quick way to cut it down. Okay. Go ahead. Look, y'all, look at her, y'all. She getting bold on us. Look how long she going. She must plan on spending the night. We're gonna see what happens here.
Oh, should I go shorter?
I suggest for people who are new and laying acrylic to go a little bit shorter because
like this.
I think that's a good length.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Oh, well, I already cut, so we're gonna say yes.
They're just all saying hi.
Hey.
She said no, it wasn't the emotion. She needed a hug. Now, Dominia was on that whole live. She even took over at one point. I was just sitting there like this. She said you needed a hug too. Well, everybody's sending you hugs. But she's here. This is the thing. You guys, she is here though. Like a lot of people, I get so many comments all day, every day. This girl's like, what's up? In my DM, like you said, what's up? What day? She started telling me when she could come, when she could make it work. She found somebody to watch her babies. And she's like, look, I can get there. And she's here. You see that? She's doing more than most people. And that's what I want you to understand. Girl, please. That's what I want you to understand. Like, this right here is a step. Let's just say she does this this set today and she doesn't like the way it turned out or whatever. It's not what she thought it would be. So what? You made the step and you came here and you walked away knowing more than you did when you came in. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, you made the step. So forget what everyone else has to say. Most people who don't work in this industry, they will never understand it. They always look at it as a hobby. And this industry pays more than most jobs once you get into it. That's
the goal. I want to quit my job.
You want to quit your job? How many people on here, both lives, how many people on here want to quit their jobs too? Just say me, so she could see. We're all in this same boat. Well, I was in it. Deborah Lynn said, what type of tips are those? These are just tips that you get at your typical nail professional nail supply. They come in bags. She's cutting her tips down. Are they all evened out?
They look pretty even. Maybe this one's a little long.
I got a whole bag of tips. I always keep a ton of tips. I have this plus a whole bag. So they come like this. I have so many. I have so many nail tips and I have a whole bag too. This is the life of a professional full working nail tech now. She's here in my room. What do you think of my room? They come like this.
It's full of very nice things.
This is the older building, like I said, right?
Yeah.
But I'm working it to my advantage.
It looks very professional though.
I'm working it to my advantage. So these come like this, you guys. Nail tips, and there are 50 in here. So there is no brand. It's just the brand that I get for my nail supply stores, they all sell the same ones. And I always keep like 100 different bags of these, like at all times. Anytime I go to the nail supply store, I always buy tips at all times. All times. I'm going to buy at least 10 packs at all times. So I have this and then a whole bag that I fill this with at all times. I run through tips too much not to have that many. Let's go over here and see what she's doing. So hold on. What shape are we doing here?
Probably coffin. I do usually cut like the sides with it straight.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you're gonna do coffin, see how I flip that up? Y'all see how I flip that up? You're gonna do coffin, you'll be filing forever. See, stuff like that saves a ton of time.
So how would you do it with the scissors?
I would cut it from underneath.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. And then there's coffin, but then there's skinny coffin, which is more of a ballerina because ballerinas stand up on their tippy toes, but it's straight at the edge. So you have a coffin, then you have a skinny coffin, which is more of a ballerina. And then people mix up the ballerina with the stiletto. Stiletto is when you take it to an actual point. So stiletto is actual point. Ballerina is a skinny coffin. And then you have coffin, and then you have square. And then now the new shapes are you have your oval, your round, you have your oval, you have your almond, and then you have your skinny almond. So now I'm seeing people go into skinny almonds. That's going to be the new shape for 2019 that we're going to see trending. It is going to be a skinny almond. If you have any questions, let me know. So they all said me. Me. I'm looking at the comments here on this screen.
Is this about quitting our jobs? Is this about the quitting our jobs?
Yep, that's about quitting the job. So Sharina said me. Dominica said, yeah, I'm proud of her for taking this step because people miss opportunities all the time. You're stepping out on faith. I'm proud of her. That's what she said about you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really trying here.
Girl, you're doing it. I'm in college and need some more money. You know, it's always a way. I'm going to tell you all in one second what I did, and I might start it tomorrow. I don't want to quit my job. Unfortunately, I had not a good experience working with younger staff and Black nail salons. Work for yourself.
That's what I'm leaning towards. I want to work for myself, make my own schedule, work around mine and my kids' life, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Anyone want to come on screen here? Jason, did you say you want to come on screen? Cass Nail says, love you, ladies. We love you too. This is our community. My favorite nail supply store, I don't have a favorite one. I end up going to Leamy the most. They know me. Well, they all know me because I've been shopping up there over 20 years. They know me from like when I was young till now. And I could tell that they know me and notice me because they have to tell the newer generation that's working in these stores now. They're like, whatever. And then they'll look at me like, okay, hello. You know, they'll be like, no, she's been here forever. They remember me from when I was like 18, shopping there and giving me a headache and problems and harassing me till now. It took all this time for them to say, oh yeah, she's really a nail tech. Isn't that funny? So all of them. Now, Leamy is my best, the store I go to most now, but I also like, I like all of them. And in Chicago nail supplies, they used to be called something else, a little one tucked over in the corner by the car wash. When I had my big salon, I would go there because the salon, the owner there and her husband would give me really good prices because they knew I was a salon owner. And her husband was actually going to purchase my salon. He drugged that out for 3 months and didn't even buy it, but whatever. It's whatever. I go to all of them because to me, they all have something different. They all have something different. Look, Jason said, keep your head up, class of 2020. Oh, we got somebody said they will come on screen. Please send your email address here and I will bring you on screen. Oh, no, I'm going to take care of it. You just go ahead and make sure I'm letting her file and shape so we can get onto this acrylic. I'm reading comments here. You start school in the spring, Chrissy. Once I'm done, I plan on being good enough in my business to quit your job. 2020 is going to be real. I'm glad you said that, Chrissy, because you said that about finishing school, but what is your plan? Because what you just told me was that you're going to start a business. And finishing school is not necessarily starting a business. It's about that's getting the technical skills and the paperwork. But what is your plan for being ready to start a business? Because you essentially just told me that you're about to quit your job and start your own business. So are you making the appropriate steps to start your own business? Show them your hand. What do you all think of her shaping? I'm impressed.
Are we? Oh, that makes me kind of happy.
Wait, show them up close like that. What do you all think of her shaping? See, put your hand behind. Jason said he's actually being lazy on the sofa. Excuses. We had somebody up here in their towel right out the shower last time.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Nails by Deborah Leah said, good job.
Thank you.
See? So I need your email address. Cast Nails, I need your email address. Jamie said, I did my second practice set today. I now know I really need to work on shaping and filing. It was a bit sloppy.
Okay, what do you think?
I think that's good. And what I always tell people when it comes to shaping and when you're doing a client, you're doing yourself, can anyone tell me what I always say? Do, 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 Doom, doom. What do I say about that? Don't spend too much time on shaping, because the stuff like that is what turns a set that could be an hour, hour and a half to 3 hours.
Either way, you'll have to refile.
You're gonna have to refile, right? Anyway, after you lay the acrylic, so I think this is perfect enough. Mine would have been probably crooked. You all seen me work before. I'm just talking and I talk, bake, drink my tea, tea, right? Yes. And then I just keep it moving. So, Jason said you fell asleep on the 6 hour. Don't be using me for your lullaby channel. No, go ahead. Don't disappear. But where's my apple today? Deborah Lynn said, look from all angles. On shaping, I don't spend that much time on looking at all angles. My advice on shaping is don't spend too much time shaping, because you're gonna end up having to go back over it anyway. The only way, like she said, coffin, just make sure it's skinny enough. You don't want to leave them square or saying you're going to do coffin nails, but don't spend too much time on it. So let's see what she did. Let me look at this really quickly. So she etched up all the nails. Okay. When you are doing your acrylic, let me ask you a question. So are you getting lifting issues or anything like that?
I have been getting lifting issues. I thought it was because when I actually, since I'm still practicing on getting the acrylic, far enough to where it's not touching the cuticle, but it also doesn't look like you need to fill in. Okay. I feel like maybe I need to get better at kind of blending the actual acrylic to the nail. Like, how you have to keep filing until you have a good, bond between the two. So I think that's why I'm getting lifting, but maybe I'm wrong.
See how fast I'm taking this acrylic around the cuticle, and then I'm just doing like this.
Yeah.
So you guys see what I'm doing really quickly. The reason why I'm doing this is because even though what she kind of did was she was playing. You guys, she was kind of playing around. Don't look at me like that, because the first thing I saw when I looked at her nails was I saw a little bit too much. See, if you look at this one, like right there, it's too much shine up around the cuticle. It hasn't been etched. When you're doing nails, you guys, and you're new, you can't play around with this. This is serious. You can't just take the file and just do like this and think you're going to lay some acrylic and everything's going to stick. You have to open up that nail plate to receive your primer. And so that primer is a bonding agent. It's kind of a softening agent, and it's an agent that kind of softens up that nail bed to receive and bond as well in that polymerization process. So you can't really, that's one thing you don't want to skip around. So my advice is the exact opposite. When it comes to shaping, don't spend a lot of time shaping. However, when it comes time to prep this nail, make sure that you're etching that nail pretty thoroughly. And you see, it doesn't take anything but a few seconds. It took me 11 seconds to go ahead and etch up these 3 nails. That's a 30-second process, or maybe 40, no more than a minute if you're a beginner, to etch up all those nails properly. And when you're etching them up, you also want to make sure that you are getting that cuticle, that true cuticle, off of the nail bed as well, because we all know that skin emits oil. It gives off oil. So another part that I'm just doing on these 3 is I just go around that cuticle really, really fast. So I go over that nail bed really quickly, and I'm going to go move some of that. See that? It's extra skin that's laying on there. You can see it. And I'm just going to always get up in that cuticle really quickly, right? And now that nail bed is truly etched up, and it's ready to receive acrylic, okay?
Would that drill bit? No, because this one's bigger, right? This middle one right here.
To go in the cuticle? No, you need one with like a ball or something on it.
Okay.
They are available on the website, but yeah, you want a cuticle bit. So that's an extra. And if you don't have that, don't think that that's the reason why. But if you don't have it, you still got to make sure that you're at least getting up around. Even if I didn't have, you see, I still went with the regular barrel, and I made sure I went around, and then I went down a little bit, and then I said zit, zit, zit. So I went this way across the nail, and then I quickly did it this way. That's the fastest way to drill a nail. I'm getting around here, and then I'm doing like this. I don't spend a second and a half per nail. So that's something that you definitely want to make sure you're doing, versus on the shaping, it's not, to me, all that important. Shape it up, but don't kill yourself trying to make it perfect.
What? I know every machine is different, but how?
Make sure they can hear you.
How about the speed of the actual drill?
When you're working with the natural nail bed, you want it to be pretty low. This is the drill that I use. And like I told you all, it is the knockoff of the Cooper drill. It's available on the website, and I've been using it forever. I like the gold one. This drill goes up, and it's portable as well. It goes up really high. I'm about to turn it up. This is how I was working on your nails, right? But look. See, it goes all the way up to 30. There is no way in hell you should be using this at this speed. There's nothing we do in nails to go up to that speed unless you are trying to drill a hole in the nail to put a nail charm on. There is no reason. Even when you are drilling that nail with a good drill with the other bit on, this is still high, and this is still advanced right here. This is advanced. You got to have real control even here, and it's still going to go up. There is no reason to have a drill up that high. It's actually unnecessary unless you are drilling a hole. It's just that simple. So with a natural nail, with that cuticle bit, I'm about right here.
Okay.
If I'm drilling afterwards, and when I'm drilling a nail with the sanding bit on, I'm about right here. Right? Afterwards, I might go up a little bit. Listen to this. Just that much. Just that hair of a much. And I'm going to control and the right pressure. That's all you need. I don't know. I don't even understand why drills do all this. We are not building a house here. It's just nails. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
So the thing of it is too, it's a little bit too low. Your drill is important, because if you don't have a drill that has good torque to it, you're going to find that it's skipping. So when you're putting it on the nail bed, when you're putting it on the nail bed, it's going to be stopping on you and skipping on you. That's a drill that doesn't.
This is the one I have. I bought it from Sally's.
See, it's a Sally.
Yeah.
Sally's Beauty Supply. I don't suggest you can, but really for the amount of money that you're going to spend at Sally Beauty Supply, I'd rather you go someplace else. How do you see what she's doing? There is another live, Maria, that I am on because we were not able to do both on one screen because we're in the same room. There's a live showing what she's actually doing, and there's a live where I'm talking. So we had to do it that way because we're in the same room. She couldn't come on screen. We couldn't do two different screens in the same room. The feedback noise would not allow it. But you see how she's getting comfortable with that? So you'll get more comfortable with doing that, but you still did that quickly. And now that nail is more prepped than it was before to receive the primer. So give me 1 second. I'm going to come right back and you all can watch her work. Give me 1 second, okay? She's going to go ahead and clean off the nails. Oh, let me show you all this. I'm going to have her clean off the nails with a neck strip. This is what I use, Sanic neck strips. This is the best thing you can use on a client for a manicure. I simply folded it like this, a manicure or a pedicure, and you can fold it different ways and keep using it all throughout the service. And it's lint-free and they're cheap. So you can clean off the nails with this and go ahead and prime the nails. And I will be right back on this screen.
Months. Not consistently. I would be way better off if I did it consistently. I need to get better at practicing more often, which is something that I've learned ever since I started watching you.
Okay. So, oh, you answered those questions?
I did. Well, yeah, some of them.
So I'm going to look at the comments here, and then I'm going to go ahead next and ignore Sharina talking about, do I really want to be a singer? The real truth is, and I was going to do this in a whole separate video, I am a singer, okay? I am. I'm not even going to hold up her time by singing. But, you know, you ruined it. You ruined it. We're going to bring Life of Melody on TV. After I get her set up laying her acrylic, then we're going to bring you on, okay? But I'm going to send you the link right now. um, let's look at this other screen really quickly. I want to get her going with acrylic. And what I want to do right now on the other screen is I want you to hold the camera. I want you to hold this phone over so they can really see. I want to make sure they can really see what I'm doing. And then I'll do one. You already primed them?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
So, and then I'm going to let you work. Let's see. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yes.
Can you guys see okay? Hopefully. So, I like to do a 2-ball method. I know in school they're going to teach you the 3-ball method because that's what they teach on the state board. That's what I believe you are tested on and everything. But I personally have always worked with the 2-ball method. And can you all see? I think you can see really good here. And if I'm really rocking and rolling, it'll be a 3-ball method. My brush is starting to shed. And somebody gave me this tip to add a drop of acetone. And that did really help speed up the process because the temperature in the room has really been off lately. And so my acrylic has been a little bit more runny than I'm used to. So I'm going to have you come up some. Can you bring the camera up some until I lay the acrylic? Okay. Yeah. And then I'm just going to grab some. I think they can see. Come up a little bit more higher. Yeah. Yeah. Are you okay holding that for a second? I'm laying this like 2/3 of the way up. You see how I'm holding it there? I'm just letting it set in place and I release it. And I am pulling it down. Let's not forget, I did just put a ball of acetone in there, or a drop of acetone, because I want to speed that up a little bit because it has been a little bit colder, but it's not too bad in this room now. But I'm just kind of patting it. So my liquid right now it's a little bit warmed up, I guess. But that's a good thing. I'd rather work with my acrylic like this. Yeah, it is. That one little drop of acetone made a difference. I'm grabbing another ball. I'm just going to lay that right up there, but I know it's going to run back a little bit. Pat, pull down, push it up. It's actually, I'm going to mess that up. Did you see what I just did?
Okay.
I put the liquid in there. That one little drop of acetone really sped it up. So if you're going to do that trick, my suggestion is be careful. I feel like you can mess up your liquid putting too much acetone, 1 drop. I actually noticed a huge difference. So I did that one. Just one. So I placed the ball 2/3 of the way up. That was just me. So for this, I can't see. Oh, that's me doing the absolute most. Turn to the side. Wait, can't see. Okay, so I placed the ball 2/3 of the way up. That's how I've been working lately. So for this nail, I'm going to suggest that she goes like right above, right here where the apex is. That's the strongest point on the nail right there. So if you lay that right there, you're gonna get this. Oh, thank you, Trip Trigger. You're gonna get that strength right away on the nail, and then the rest of it is controlling it. So you're gonna put in that ball right in the middle. I like to go a little bit above the apex, and then I'm going to pat, pat, pull. But when I lay it on the apex, if you know where your acrylic is at that in that moment in terms of how it cures and everything, you'll know how long you need to hold before you need to start patting and pulling it. A lot of us want to get acrylic and we just instantly want to start just wiping it on there, and that's how we instantly lose control. So what I want to do from this point is I laid one. So now I want to go ahead and have her lay some acrylic. Okay, I'm going to have her lay some acrylic with her brush because I want to see exactly where what issues she may or may not be running into. Okay. Trip Trigger. Hey, you were here the other night. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I love your work. What new trends do you see? What trends do you see becoming popular this year? Okay. Well, you know what? You might have just come in. I was saying, hold on, let me get her set up while I talk. So I'm gonna have you lay acrylic now with your brush while I talk to her. And we're gonna flip this back on around. I don't want to be all in her face like that, making her nervous. I was okay with it, but I don't want you all to make her nervous. So, what do you need? You want to use your acrylic?
It doesn't matter. Mine's clear. I think you would be able to see that.
Let's use this one.
It's up to you. No, it's fine. We can use yours.
This is, well, no, we can use yours, and then I'm gonna pour some liquid. We'll use this liquid. And we'll use your brush. Okay. Because this is like my end of day liquid anyway, so it'll be fine. And your brush is, I had it soaking. I like to leave my brush soaking all day, so I had her brush with mine soaking because see, now it's nice and smooth and soft. Yes. I always leave my brush soaking when I'm working. Throughout the day, it's always soaking, right? So I'm just gonna move mine out of her way so she can take over, and then we're gonna let her lay acrylic. Did you want to use this pink?
It's up to you. I don't care.
I'd rather you use something that you're already using at home, so when you're practicing, you'll have, a good handle on it. Yeah. Jason Love says, I find the acetone can act as a thinner, I guess, in a way. I think that the acetone actually heats it up, and that's why just that one drop I put in there went ahead and you put too much in there, it's gonna cure like MMA. That's one thing I learned quickly. And I just want to say this too. You see how long it's been since she just applied that primer? At this point, if that were me, I would put more primer because I feel like the primer is deactivated. Okay.
Should I put more?
I will put a dot of it on there. And then I don't want to miss the super chat. So Trip Trigger said, what new trends do you see becoming popular? And one thing that I said, the skinny almond. So the new shape I predict is going to be the skinny almond manicure. The skinny almond is going to be your almond, but I think it's going to be even skinnier. Like we had the coffin nail, and I would just do those three because of the speed that you're moving at. I would just do those three at a time. And you don't want to just keep applying that acid because primer, you guys, don't forget primer is acid. Okay, so you don't want to overdo it, but you also want to make sure that it's working. Hold on, I'm watching her. We're watching. I just want to see what she does, what she's doing. Okay. So that's going to be one of the big trends that I'm seeing. A lot of them come up because like the bubble nails and all that stuff, people are just making stuff up as they go and putting cereal in nails. We saw that in 2019. But I know in terms of shape, it's definitely going to be that. And if anyone else has anything else to add to what they think to help Trip Trigger out, on what we see is the trends for 2020, that would be great. And thank you so much again for your super chat. Let's go ahead. Somebody said the modern almond. Let's go ahead and stop you right there. Now, this is what I want people to realize. I'm looking at her work. Chicago, what powder am I using? I mix my own powders. So I use all type of powders. And I already told you all, I'm like a product whore. I go with everything. So it's like 5 different powders, and I mix my own blend, and I make it in bulk. This is saying that I break it into here. I make my own blend. I just do. I always have. And I have different blends that I make up myself. I make my own milky white. Yeah. I use so many different powders. I have like 20 over here. She could tell you.
Yeah.
It's like 20 different jars with special mix, white, milky white, pink, dark pink, browns, everything. I make it. I want to stop here because I'm watching the way that she laid this acrylic, you guys, and the problem that I think a lot of people are finding first and foremost with laying acrylic is just grabbing some liquid and going to grab some powder. What is your method, honey? Please tell me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just trying to see when you're grabbing this liquid, are you grabbing some with an amount in mind, or you just grabbing some, you just dipping your liquid in the brush?
Well, on all the bajillion videos that I've seen, if you brush only the tip, then you're grabbing like a bigger bead. And if you're brushing it like from the middle, then it's kind of like a medium. And then if you're cleaning off all of it, then you're supposed to grab like a very small bead.
So you see what she just said? This is why this channel exists, because she's going off of, she's referencing what she's seen in videos versus what she's seeing in front of her face. Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you are tipping your brush, look at how wet it is right now.
Yeah.
Put it up to the camera so everybody can see how wet that brush is. It's like really wet. It's really wet. Yet how much are you? Let's grab some powder. Seriously, like how you were grabbing before. Okay, that's how much. Show them how much you grab. How much powder she grabbed on that wet brush. Of course, that's gonna run everywhere.
Yeah.
So we gotta really, while you learn that, at the same time, you gotta look at what you're working with and see. I can adjust. If I'm trying to place a really small bead around the cuticle, I'm gonna look at my brush and I'm gonna pat it. I'm gonna take the brush and I'm gonna do like this when I grab liquid, and I'm gonna keep doing like this because I know now I can grab. And I'm going to hold it there to soak up some more. We got to think about what's in front of us because I know how much liquid I put on there. You see how it's slowly absorbing it? Because I took most of the liquid out. That's a dry kind of brush. But that's a bead that I can control because that's what I talked about and understand your powder liquid ratios. Now, if I'm doing my first bead, because I do a 2-ball. If I was working with this brush and I was working with my first bead, I would just kind of tap the sides because I want it kind of wet, right? And I want it to run down. And then I'm going to put my brush down in there, but I'm going to hold it because now I'm looking at it now and see that's how much I want to grab for my first bead. But see, now the brush is back dry because I gave it just enough to absorb into that powder, and that's something that I can go and control. Now see, also don't forget I put the acetone in there, but and I held it out too long, but that's a bead that I would want to control. So that's why I said it's important to understand your powder liquid ratios. You want to work with what your brush is doing in front of you that day, not versus what you just think you know, because it's really an art form to understand what your brush is doing that day according to the temperature in the room and everything. I did add a drop. I added a drop to her, so I'm going to put a little bit more to kind of keep it from, it's kind of on a speed method right now for her. I don't want to waste liquid because I'm going to pour this out. Okay, so I kind of diluted it a little bit. So that first ball, let's show them where it was on that first ball. Let's turn it sideways. Where is it? This finger. So that's the first ball. So as we see, she placed it, but it wasn't that much. And so it could only go, that first ball could only go from here. It could only reach down to about right there. There's really no acrylic on the end because she didn't have enough to bring it all the way down. So now, where are you gonna place your next ball? That's what I personally I teach 2 ball. Okay, I don't teach 4 and 5 balls and 3 balls like school. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never liked the 3 ball. I never learned the 3 ball. But
so I would say I would try to second the tip, but I think it would be better.
Everybody can hear you.
But I think it would be better to work back and then bring it all forward, and then if it still needs some more at the end, then I would fill in the tip.
So you're gonna try to put it back here by the cuticle?
Yeah, like closer to.
Okay, well let's do that and see what happens.
Why are you making me nervous?
Why? I'm just talking. No, this is a good lesson because now this is teaching everyone how we learn how to do acrylic. Because there is no one way. The book is going to tell you this is the way, but you really have to learn your brush, your liquid to powder ratios, and understand how your products that you choose to use work. See what happened?
Yep.
What happened? Tell us what happened, because you done started brushing away like a windshield wiper.
Too much.
What's the first thing y'all see me do when I lay acrylic? I grab it, and what I do? Lay it up there and let it settle on its own, see where it's going, and then I start to pat out. Okay. But if you just put it up there and start, like I said, wiping away, you lose control every time. But I just want to see where we're going with this. I want to see how you're thinking about it. The ball shouldn't be too translucent, right? It depends on the brand, actually. It depends on the brand. It really does. Okay. See, she lost control of it. And she still has about, now let's show them what you did. Let's lay it up there like that. Go all the way up like that. Come. See? She still has a whole 1/8 of an inch back there because she lost control. Had she laid that ball, she could do what she said. That's what she wanted to do. So I said, well, let's do it. She could have laid that ball up there. She could have laid that ball right up there. But if she would have held it and smashed it down a little bit to release some liquid, it would have flooded back a little bit towards the cuticle, and then it would have been setting. And then from that point, you could have started patting and controlling it and pulling it down. See, some of us, we get the acrylic in our hands and we gotta start moving it around. No, when you just let it see what it's gonna do. Make sure your placement is right. When you press down with that brush, it's instantly gonna release liquid, because let's not forget, you can hold your brush. Let's not forget that acrylic brushes hold all the liquid at the base. I think they call it the ferrule of the thickest point of the brush. So when you're dipping it in the liquid, even though you're doing like this, it's still a ton of more liquid up there. So when you start pressing, it's actually like almost squeezing it to release more liquid to help you move it around. So we just got to wrap our mind around it that way. It's really like a science in your method to finding your method to laying the acrylic. It's really, and see, this is my cheapest brush. It has become my handy dandy brush. Okay, so let's keep going.
Okay. So,
okay.
Where do we go from here?
You tell them where you're gonna go from here. I'm gonna invite somebody on screen. I sure did. I'm sorry. Let me get you on screen here.
I'm gonna try to fix what I did. Thinking of putting another one. I need another one up here, but it'll definitely have to be smaller.
Sending it now. Okay, so I just sent it. And the funny thing is, if you've been up here before and you tell me the beginning, it's like it is pulling up, but you've never been on here. Is it best to use non-acid primer? I use acid primer. I'm old school.
That's not looking too hot.
Let's
I
see.
had a little thing, so I tried to take it off and
Oh,
then it
no,
messed it up.
no. You can never do that. That'll be a mess because you got to think about it. That particular, if you drop something and you say, oh, let me go pick this up off this paper towel, that has already started curing. So that, and then you try to lay it on something, that's two different things going on. It's going to be a noticeable difference in there. She said she forgive me. Well, thank you, because I was really worried about that. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm the moderator here.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm so mad. I'm watching this on 3 screens. I'm waiting on your invite too on the other screen. I'm watching this on 3 screens and none of them are on the same spot. The screen is the slowest. I can't even see what T is doing yet. I'm not doing anything right now, but I am going to do the next nail. Trip Trigger, you still here? Trip Trigger is so quiet. I guess Trip Trigger, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Trip Trigger is like a baller, comes in and balls out and then just steps back. Okay.
Okay. So I know that this is going to have to be definitely filed. This is going to have to be filed away because now it's like all bumpy.
Yeah, and when you have stuff like that, you got to stop where you are because you'll be filing forever, and that's how them sets turn into 3-4 sets.
Okay.
So, yeah. You said that I get your email on Instagram. Probably. I'm not trying to be funny, but you mean to come in this live? Because if you're sending me an email to come on this live, you do it right here. If you mean that you reached out to me on Instagram, I'm sure I did, but I'm not trying to be funny, but I literally get people emailing me on Instagram like 2 to 3 people an hour. So I cannot answer everyone. And I do tell people if it's something very specific, you have to purchase consultation or you can do a super chat on here, but I can't answer. If you reached out like and sent something specific on there, I'm sure I saw it, but I literally am too busy every day and to sit down and answer all those questions. So it depends on how you reached out to me. I am caught up on Instagram messages, so I might have just read it and liked it or read it. I'm not quite sure what you sent. So we're going to go ahead and lay one more on here. I'm going to use mine. We're going to do this one more time. We're going to take this down, right? She's going to hold it. Can you see?
Yes, right there.
Okay, so we're going to do this one more time. I did it. I wanted to see what you were doing, and then we're going to do it again. I'm going to prime this again because, again, to me, a little bit too much time has passed. And I feel like the primer is not going to do its best job with that much time passing by. So, and I'm a lefty, you guys, so maybe you might want to catch it from I always bend my brush over here. See how that's just a habit, man. I like my brush saturated. It's just a habit, man. Not saying you got to do it. It's just something that makes me feel good. I like to work with my brush nice and wet because I'm going to grab more than enough. Some people may say, oh, you're wasting acrylic. Yeah, powder's, to me, powder's cheap. See, I put that on there and I released it and brought it down. I'm not afraid of it. It's not going to go anywhere. I know how it's going to cure. Some people, I might work with more liquid than some people like, but I don't care. It works for me. See, and I'm really not even working my fastest because, well, the phone is anyway, but you see how they're just laid into place? It's just laid into place. It's really done. It's really done. You saw that? It's really done. That's why I said it's important to hold that acrylic in place. I really don't have to do anything. Just let it sit up as is. I really could. But what I am going to do, because I see a ball, hold that up a little bit for me. I'm just going to pull this back a little bit this way. And I'm just going to, because I can see, you got to have that laser focus too. I don't have to hold it sideways. I just know enough where I can pull a little bit more off. So I'm going to do like that at the end to take a little bit more off. I'm just going to do like that and like this. That's ready for a second ball there. Let's go ahead and grab that second ball. Let me grab some more. That's a little wet. Okay. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and press that down. See, I'm pressing because pressing is going to release more liquid. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out. See, y'all be freaking out. See that? See that? I'm done. I'll be on to the next nail. So, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Y'all be freaking out. You see how I was holding it there? Because
Yeah.
I know how fast my liquid and powder is going to set up. I know how fast my liquid and powder is going to set up. So,
That looks awesome.
that's it. That's it. That's all. Don't freak out. Learn your liquid and powder, learn your brush, and you'll be laying acrylic even faster than that. This is me laying it with you guys watching me a little bit and her holding that camera over me. So seriously, it's very important. Let's see. That would be ready to go. Really, I could just foul the sides. And the way that it ran, right into the cuticle, I really could buff that flush if I wanted to. I really don't have to tap the drill, and that's not going to lift. But that's ready to go, and we'll be on to the next nail. Okay. So, do you want to try my powder?
I mean, you're right, and I should get more comfortable with this one, at least until I get something different.
Okay. And see, it's not really the powder. It's really just understanding your brush and how they work with it. You're just working with your brush, excuse me, a little bit wetter.
Okay.
And if you're going to work with your brush that wet, you need to be grabbing enough powder to absorb 65% of that liquid.
Okay.
And then the other 35% of that liquid, you want to be using to manipulate it once you sit it and start patting it. That's the ratio I kind of put in my mind. You get what I'm saying? So you want to be using about 65% of whatever liquid you're picking up to pick up that much powder. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm talking for you, but I'm talking for the people here too.
No, yeah, I know.
So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit more primer, and I'm just going to look over these comments, both places. Maria says she loves that pink. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you. I blended myself. But also, I think that this is my powder is very close to the Mia Secrets cover pink that they have, and it's available on the website, and I actually have it all the way up to a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to try.
But I have 128 grams too, and you can finance it, and you won't have to worry about it for a long time. So I said I'm going to try that next because I'm getting so busy that I don't even have time these days to,
No, you're fine.
move my brush out the way. I don't even have time to be mixing powders because I'm out of product, scrubs and butters, and people are getting on me. People are saying that people at their job have already paid them money. Seriously, somebody told me yesterday that they already collected money at work to get some butters and scrubs when they came. I was not aware that people were collecting money. I'm like, I haven't made any. Oh my God. Do I use Young Nails Protein Bond? Yes, I do. I have it here. I use this for my no chip manicures and pedicures. I sure do. I like Protein Bond. I keep more than one bottle at all times. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me just look at these comments. Yeah, wipe it off. We're going to do a little exercise.
Okay, yeah, I like them.
Making sure I'm caught up on comments here. I'm caught up over here. Let's look on this screen here. I want you to grab some liquid and grab some balls and tap it down here and pull it down to see which one you feel comfortable with, so you get comfortable with your powder liquid ratio before we go to the next nail, because we got 2 more chances to get this thing where it needs to be. Oh, I don't sit their feet on my lap. I just place. She talking about pedicures. Precious Me says she didn't wear a mask. That's why she still smells feet. That's funny. You all are talking about pedicures right there. Marla said, I don't like when people say you're wasting product. I feel like I'm not asking anyone to buy my products. Exactly. I don't worry about that. Like, do you know how many cents I can get out of a thing of liquid and powder? Like, it's not like I'm pouring it. No, I don't worry about that. Hell, I'm going to make a few $1,000s off of the amount that I buy. I don't worry about that. Are you talking about the nails, the blue? Because I need to redo them, but I love it too. And I have one matte nail. This is over 2 weeks old though, but thank you. I've always done nails since I was a young girl. I'm 28 now, and I came across one of your videos. Oops, you have inspired me to start looking into schools and potentially owning my own shop. All right now. Yay. Yeah, and if you're gonna be doing nails these days, you all need to be licensed. I'm pro-license, because pro-license is pro-protection, because you're out here willy-nilly without a license. Every day now, somebody get you in trouble with one phone call, okay? One little hater can get you in a world of trouble where you won't be able to get a license and you owe some money. It's not even worth it. Like, just spend a little money. It's the cheapest license you can get in the beauty industry. No excuses. We can't say we want to make money doing this. We don't want to spend any money. So, like, I'm all about making this a real business. If you've been watching my channel, I'm like, not about hustling these days. It's just too much information out here, too easy for people to find you. And it is too much information. It's too risky. It's too risky these days. And why not? Once you get the license one time, you got it for the rest of your life. And I think after so many years, you don't even have to, there's something like after so many years, you don't even have to turn in CU hours. I think it's like 25 years, something like that. I think somebody told me that. Actually, you don't have to really turn in CEU hours here in Illinois, if you apply ahead of time, you're just supposed to have it in case they ask for it. So I'm reading 5-gallon bucket. Yeah, I found 5-gallon buckets of Mia Secrets in pink. I think and in clear, they're up there. Yep. 5 gallons, that could last you for years. You wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. My liquid became gooey after my set was done. I think maybe I didn't wipe the acrylic off enough. Okay. Hold on, let me see what she's doing here. I sent the email, but I haven't received the link to invite to join. Okay. Oh, nice. So the first ball you should be grabbing a lot, because I want you to grab enough liquid to go, enough powder to go from here, right here. Sorry, I shouldn't be touching that. From here to apex, all the way down. Now for you, we're gonna do a 3-ball. So I want you to grab enough from here to here. So from here to here. So before we put this on the nail, I want to practice, and I want you to tell me how much powder you think that is before we go laying it. Okay. Okay, let's pat it down and see. Here? No, we're gonna do it on here. What do you think? Was that something you could control?
On that little section, maybe. Let's see.
You're making your brush a little bit too dry now. Okay, in my opinion. Look at it. I think that's good. Okay. Sit that brush down in there. Sit it down. Come up. Look at it. You see how fast it grabbed it? Let's tab it in there. Dab it in there. Dab it in there. Dab it in there. Let's go. Let's put it on there. Come on, let's go. Press it down, hold it, release.
Yep.
Good. Let's keep going.
Oh,
No, let's do it again.
okay.
Let's see. Actually,
Oh.
see, it's shedding a lot too. Okay. Okay. Sorry, let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's wet that a little bit more. Your brush is kind of, it looks thicker than it is. Okay. Let's do it again. Push it down in there. Grab it. Okay. Hold it. Pat it on the side, be pulling it down. Pat it on the side, be pulling. Pat on the side, and be pulling it down. Pat, 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 and smush it from the top on down. Control. When you're patting, you see I'm staying in one particular area as I'm pulling and I'm patting. That's controlling. See how I'm patting down? I'm not just like, oh, like kind of, I'm deliberate and I'm pulling down. Okay. You can tap off the edge. It's a little bit thick, and that's only because I was talking to you. I think if you get it, once you got it, you'll do that and it'll be faster, so it'll be.
Oh. There you go.
Let's flatten that out. And this is also one of the reasons, you guys, why I don't like working with a brush that's too small, because sometimes it's just so small, it doesn't have enough power. It doesn't have enough power when you need to move some acrylic that is drying up faster on you than you thought it would. You kind of need that power behind that brush. So maybe I would suggest that she works with at least a 10.
Okay.
But okay, no, we can keep going. So you can do that second ball. I want you to lay the second ball right above that smile line right there. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to slow you up. So you're not dealing with this huge brick of a nail because I'm talking too much. Can you teach us how to make a scrub butter? There are tons of videos on YouTube on how to do that. I personally have had the same recipe for many years, and I don't share that with people. I'm sorry. Even when I sold my salon, that's the one thing I did not give them was my recipe to my products. I did not. So but you know what? There are tons of recipes, millions, not millions, but a lot of YouTube videos, a lot. It's so easy. It's so easy. You just need an oil in the base. You can use sea salt. You can use coffee grain. You can use sugar. And then you can use different types of oils. You can use different types of butters. You can use a little bit of all that stuff. Then you got to, so it's a lot of videos on that. I probably won't do that video because I'll be giving away my secret ingredients and I sell my products. So I would not tell the proprietary ingredients side. But it's easy. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. Woo.
That's a little thick.
You think it's a little thick?
Yeah.
Let's do this. I promise you it's easy. But if I show you, I'll be telling you all my stuff, wouldn't I? Before that dries down, just taking some of that bulk off because you'll be forever trying to file and you're not going to want to wear it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Nails by Deborah Lynn. You got no link? That's weird.
Try this again. So it kind of stuck a little past it. So something like from here down. Or, okay.
I don't know what to say then. Let me see one more time what that email was again. You said you got the link. Still got no link. Did I spell it wrong? I don't think I did. Use my brush. No, not this one. Use this brush. Y'all, I told you I got a lot of brushes. It needs to soak for a minute. That brush might be just too weak. This might be too big. This is a 14. I still want you to use it. Believe it or not, you'd be surprised. Sometimes those little bitty brushes are just too little. No power. Okay. That's very workable. I could easily just file that regular.
So this one, you really have to wipe it.
Yeah, we want to make sure that it's skinny enough too, because it's a little wide. Use my brush. Yeah, use this one, because this one needs to be trained a little bit. It's been sitting. How does my brush feel compared to your brush?
I would use stiffer, like more firm. I think mine kind of bends really fast, and this one's kind of like...
It's a little bit stiffer?
Yeah.
It's going to hold way more liquid. So just keep that in mind. Deborah, I hope you're not mad at me, but I promise you, how to make your own scrub, how to make your own butter, put that in YouTube. All these darn videos gonna come up. Olive oil and sugar and whatever essential oil you like. That's a scrub right there. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a scrub right there.
Oh, wow.
Tell them what you're thinking, girl. Tell them what you're thinking. She said, oh, wow. Why you say, oh, wow?
This definitely is better than the brush that I'm using.
Makita Monroe 89. Let me try it again.
It even looks like smoother, and it was easier to control even. I thought it would be the opposite, actually. I thought a bigger brush would be harder to control the acrylic, but it actually kind of lays it out on the whole nail, so you don't have to work to get the acrylic on both sides, because it just puts it there from the beginning.
Interesting that you say that. Makita, I sent it again, and I know that I put in the right address. You know why? Because you have a thumbnail up there, and it's like you doing something like this with your hair all swaying to the side. So, because that's Cast Nails, right? The Makita Monroe. Yeah, Deborah, I just told you another one. Let me tell you another one, because I really don't want you to be mad at me.
So, in this instance, you see how the middle is kind of lower than the front and the back?
Show them what you're talking about.
So,
you can see.
So the middle of the nail is smaller than, like, the front and the back are thicker than the middle. But I don't know if I should put more, or if this is just something that when I file away, it'll give it a shape itself, because the back is thick. So when I thin out towards the cuticle, it'll just even it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, well, who else did I just invite? You just said it. You see why the first thing when you started having that concern idea like this, as long as this end is not bendy, that means there's enough acrylic. So there are people who actually wear and do their nails where they actually are shaped like that. They like them a little thicker up top. As long, the main thing in doing nails is making sure that your apex is covered. And your apex is the area where it crosses horizontally and vertically. That is the strongest point. And as long as that is fully covered both ways and all the way around in a 360 circle, the nail is secure. The other part is, as long as you're not able to bend it down at this end and it's flush down at that end, that is the perfect nail. However, different technicians, as you develop your own technique, you'll find that some people like to build a curve into their nails. They like them to look a little thicker up top. So I personally don't like to say that that's wrong for nail techs, because people have to start to, as you start to do nails, you'll learn that you start to develop your own unique look in your acrylic. It's a little different. Okay, I was sending it to the wrong person, so let me send it to this person. So, thumb, I think we need some more primer, and she's gonna lay that thumb. Just make sure they can see you on camera here. Oh, that looks ugly up front.
What?
Me.
Oh.
Okay, girl, you got a hard email. Now I gotta write this down. Where's the pen? Because I sent this to someone else. That's why you didn't get it.
Can you copy and paste it?
Can I do it in the comments? Not really, no. Not the way this is set up. I'm singing for Sharina. The hater in the group. Sharina. Let me write on this receipt. How much did I spend on this receipt? I just grabbed one. $391. One receipt, y'all, from the nail supply. 300 and what did I say? No, 431. 431.63. That's just one receipt, you guys. 431.63 from the nail supply. And people want to say something we charge. This one damn receipt. And that day if this is sitting up here, this is the most recent. I went to 3 stores that day. That's the day I told you I'll spend like $800 at the nail supply. You saw with your own eyes, didn't you?
I did.
What date does that say? Lee Nails. What date? Oh, that's 11/19, 2019. $431 in one freaking store. So when people start complaining about my prices, I'm like, look, I'm probably not the nail tech for you. I'm writing down your email address. Don't freak out. Just focus in on what it's doing and control it accordingly. Okay, I'm going in now to invite you in. I'm going in now. Here we go. I'm typing it out. Are you enjoying yourself?
Who?
You.
Yes, actually, I really am. I'm a lot less nervous now than I was at the beginning of this.
Y'all, she thought I was going to kill her. Every time I walk past, she'd be looking behind her back. I'm like, oh my gosh, think I'm about to chop her up. But you got to be careful these days.
Wait, that you do.
You do.
You never know.
I guess I'm just too comfortable because I have so many people in and out my house, and majority of them I know, or they're a referral from someone I know. So I don't know. I'm crazy like that. Like, oh, you want to try to kill me? It's gonna be really hard. We're gonna fight a long, long, long time. You probably run, because I will go berserk on you. You try to kill me. We're gonna fight, honey.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not here to kill you.
She might be here to kill me, y'all. Stay on here and protect me. Protect me. Sure. Y'all don't log off till I say it's safe. Let me read these comments. Okay. Apex is strong. Yep. I've had so many jobs to know I can't commit to those office type jobs. I'm a goofy person, me too. And I have so much creativity, and the beauty side of working is where I feel happiest. And I don't know, for some reason, people feel like they can't make it, because here's the thing. Most people want to come into the beauty industry, but they fail to realize that, don't forget that's Karen, so keep it going. They fail to realize that just because you work in the beauty industry don't mean you stop working as hard. Actually, we work more. However, you doing something you like, so it won't feel like work to you once you get into it. It's a Saturday night, and where am I? I'm here with y'all. And I've been up working since 9-something this morning. And you guys know I don't even sleep a lot of nights till late, and I'm still here. How many hours do you all think I spend on my craft and my brand? I spend about 75 hours a week probably working right about now. Seriously, but I don't care, because it's fun to me. I don't even count it, because it's what I want to do. It's fun. So I don't know why people think like they have to work for somebody else to make money. Like, as long as you're willing to put in just as much work for yourself as you did for someone else, you'll make the money. But a lot of the work is not going to always be fun. Some of the work is going to be like stuff you don't want to do, like her driving over here and doing this on camera. She's like, oh, okay. Y'all notice she ain't put my brush back down with her little grease self. She done took over my brush.
Yes, I did, girl. This is awesome.
So what did we learn today? We come back to that later. Oh, we have a guest. We have a guest. We have a guest. We have a
Girl,
guest.
look at that. That looks so much better
Show
than the
them.
other one. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm so excited right now.
Look at that. And she laid that with this brush.
Okay.
I think this is it's so old. I don't even know. I think it's a
Horrible.
12 or 14. I don't know.
Better. Best. Definitely.
You want to keep going and put some on the other hand? It's up to you.
Oh, I am right
Yeah.
now. No, that's no.
No.
I mean,
Well, you want to even this one out then. Well, I don't know. Whatever you see needs to be done. Let's bring somebody. What happened?
I
Oh,
don't want to make them thicker though.
okay.
Unless you like.
Well, no. That's what. Do you want to practice if you just did it on one more finger? We're sitting here talking, so you can just do one more finger, even if it takes you a little bit longer, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we have a new guest. Hello, Kelly.
I look awful.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm tired.
You tired? Me too, girl. Me
Yeah,
too.
Very tired.
Where's your your tea?
Oh, I drank it, but I did have a
Mhm.
coffee.
Oh, what does your mug say? I'm Wonder Woman. What are you? Little Miss Naughty. That's right. Your Hot Toddy and your Little Miss Naughty mug. I wish you all were. Are you all seeing the other screen? We have a guest on the other screen. This is kind of weird. If she wasn't here, we could all be on screen together, but she's sitting right here.
I
She
know.
said hi. See, that's her hand.
Hi.
She can't
Flip
see.
it.
Oh, you can see over there.
See, she really is here. But wait, I just sent it to you. Who did I send it to? Okay, I sent 2 different emails. I sent one to. Where did I write that? Oh my God. I sent an email to Welsh Kelly. So that's you.
That's me.
But I sent another email too. No, I sent another one to. I did this twice. I sent an email to. It's way up here. Life with Melody is back. She said she had to get the kids settled. Was there anybody else? Now I'm getting confused because I sent an email to someone else earlier too. I don't know. But anyway, would you like to add anything to the live while I'm looking? Kelly,
What was that? Sorry, I'm so tired.
I'm sorry. What would you like to add to the live? And where are you from?
Wales, UK.
Oh, you're in the UK?
Yeah,
Oh my God. She's from the UK. Did you hear her?
you know,
That's nice.
it's like 3:10.
She's all into her. She's all into her new, what she thinks is her new brush, but it's my brush. What did you say?
I'm
Oh,
taking
it's 3:10 in the morning, and I'm
What
currently
time is it there?
3:10 in the morning.
3 a.m.? Oh my God. You can have the floor. It's 3 a.m. there. We have someone over here from Wales, UK. You're a nail tech full time?
No, part-time. I'm a living carer where I am now. So my client is in bed sleeping. Monday, I go home and then I do nails for the week. And then I come back here for the week. But I was the one that messaged earlier to say that I'm quitting this job and then I'll be doing nails full time. Yay.
Okay, if I prop this up, it's like the speaker is sitting on here. So what brought you to the channel? Like, I'm not too much for you, am I?
No. I don't know. I seen you on my home on YouTube and I was like, oh, you seem interesting. And I just clicked you. And I've been following you for a good few weeks now, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you think about, are you watching both screens?
No.
You're not? So you can't see what she's over here doing. We couldn't bring it all in because we're too close to each other. And the background like, so we didn't anticipate that, but we're working it out. But she has made a big discovery that she had this little brush here. See,
All right.
we gotta work through things. See, this is what happens, you guys, and I want both of you all to hear me. We will talk ourselves out of our dreams instead of troubleshooting, testing things out. Because eventually, if you keep testing things out, asking the right questions, you're gonna get the answer eventually. Hell, you guys just saw me take a year to figure out from YouTube that I had like 2 or 3 AdSense sitting up there, and that's why I can never activate it. I'm thinking it's because I'm vaping and I'm drinking wine and I'm cursing, and that has nothing to do with it. I'm like, they just don't like me. Had nothing to do with that, but just probing further, probing. Look at her, she's all into it now, and she has found her aha moment. So today was your aha moment,
Yes.
right? It's her brush. Look at how small her brush is. And I know that some people in other places, I know a lot of the ladies who work over in Europe, they work with the smaller brushes and like nails and all of them. That's their thing. But I like to use these sort of brushes for inlays, like laying fine glitter and detail inside the nail. But for me, when I'm working on a regular basis, I'm going to go with a bigger, thicker type brush, you know, like this. So for her, we just found out that her aha moment is that she probably needs to come on the bigger, thicker side.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
She said, definitely. Have you had any aha moments or things where it was like, wow, this one product just took my game to a new level?
Definitely, yes. I find Neo really good, actually. That's what I use, Neo nails.
You do? I don't have any of those products at all.
It's really good. It's really consistent. It flows nice. It's really good. And cheap.
I may have to try some.
Yeah.
I may have to try a little bit. I don't know. But wait, the other person who with the email, I sent it to you 2 times already. I don't know why you did not get it. I promise you, I sent it 2 times. And the second time I went in to send it, I didn't even have to type it all the way in because it popped up and it was the exact same thing. So I don't know why you're not getting the link. You want to try and give it to me one more time, and maybe I typed it wrong the first time. Otherwise, I don't know. Well, let me take your email down. I'm so sorry. No, I sent it to you too. This because it was another email. Up there. Something 89. Something 89. That's your email. The other young lady. I sent that to you twice.
No, Class Nails. That's me.
No, yeah, that's you. But she was saying she didn't get it. And I'm like, no, I sent an email to someone else and it had something 89, and I did that twice.
Oh, okay.
And this is the Cast Nails saying, no, not you, but the other lady who said she didn't get it. That's her email. I sent it to her twice.
Oh, okay.
So what would you like to say to everyone since you stayed all the way up till 3 a.m.?
I know. You're killing me with your timing.
Wait, what time is it here? It's 9 o'clock. Yeah, 6 hour difference.
Wow. Yeah, I'm usually when you come on live, I'm in bed. So I'm staying awake watching you.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me give you something. Hold on. Here, you can have this polish. Here, grab it. Here.
Champion.
It's OPI, girl. You better grab it.
Oh, damn.
That's gonna happen in cyberspace. You know, ask me later. That's coming in the video soon. But wait, let me check on her over here because they're making comments to her because someone said, I was scared of those big brushes at first too. The first time I tried a bigger one, I was like hesitating for it. And then somebody said that brush just gave her a credit or boosted if she needed. If her confidence was a credit score, she went from a 540 to a 720. They're just watching you work over here. She's just all in her zone.
Yeah, I'm really trying to learn the most I can while I have you here.
So we know you need a bigger brush than us.
Yes.
You need a stiffer brush. That brush is a little too flimsy, and so you're not able to control it.
And you said this is a cheap brush. Where did you get this one?
I bought that brush in North Carolina.
Okay.
It was really cheap. I was in
like,
the mine, and I found a nail supply that will let me purchase, even though I wasn't licensed in their state. And that's a really cheap brush, but it's the size, and it's a crimped brush. I want to say get a 12. A 12.
Okay, nice.
A 12 crimp brush. I don't want you jumping right into a 14 just yet. I would say a 12.
14, I'd be like, what the hell do I do with this?
This is a 14. That's why at first I gave her this 14. I was like, no, don't use the 14.
No.
And then I do have this 8 up here that I use this for like inlays and stuff, like laying glitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
But
started
yeah.
off with 8.
Hmm?
That's what I started off on, an 8.
She said she started off on the 8.
That's the one I had, but
Yeah, I think it's college. They start you off with an 8, and then you work your way up when you're comfortable.
You were not?
8. I had an 8 for about 2-3 years, and then I upgraded, and now I'm a 10, 12 sometimes.
I went all the way up to a 22 before, and I was like, oh no. Now this, for me, that was just like wasting acrylic. Tilt your nail, hold on 1 second. Tilt it downward, so as it's falling, it'll be falling downward for you. Okay, what do you want to tell all of us here?
I want to say that listen to you very carefully, because I've been watching you. I'm not talking for a long time. And you give good advice, very good advice, hence why I'm leaving this job to stay home and work. You always leave little nuggets in everything you say. I've noticed, like you say, revert to my book, but you're already giving all those nuggets along your videos, even though it's in your book too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've picked up on. That's what I want to say. Really.
Wait, did you order the book?
I haven't ordered the book. No.
Okay. The book kind of, I give little nuggets, and even though some may say the book is small, I'm not going to lie, everyone, the book is 6 by 9, but it's 100 pages. It's 100 pages, 6 by 9, but it puts everything into perspective and into order, because there are a lot of things that I follow on YouTube, and I hope you all are watching, but you can hear me too. There are a lot of things, a lot of channels I watch on YouTube, and it's hard sometimes to say, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But how do I pull all of this together, and where do I start? So it's like, I think that's where I come in. I give some information now. I have a lot of people just like email me all this stuff, and I don't want to seem rude, but it's like every scenario kind of varies. But that's why I created the book, to say, hey, this is a general guide of what you need to do first if you're serious about this, because it will probably answer a lot of things, and a lot of those questions you have for me, but that you're searching for in these videos, will come off your grid, because you will have answered them within doing your own work and your own journey. A lot of people haven't done their work in their journey.
Yeah.
And so they're asking someone else. And it's like the answers are in your own personal journey,
Definitely. Yeah.
Like she's doing her own personal journey here now. We just had her on live the other day. I picked up on her spirit of like self-doubt, and like, I don't even know what to do. I'm just here, and hi everyone. I don't know what to say. I just want to say hi. I just want to come on live. And I'm like, you can come over. But she actually took the step to say, hey, I'm going to take this opportunity, and she's here, and she had her aha moment. A lot of people want to sit and watch the videos, and they're not taking any steps beyond that, and just want to, I don't know what people expect a lot of times, for the magic to just happen, and the tooth fairy put all the answers on their pillow. But there's going to have to be some other steps outside of watching the videos in order to make your dreams happen. Definitely. Like, what do you have set in place to make your dream really happen the way you want?
Well, to be honest with you, it's taken me about a year and a half to build my clientele to where I can leave now this job.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Liz. I see her about to lay the second ball. Put this ball down for me. Okay, so hold on 1 second. You see what this ball is? You see what this is? Now, normally, when you do this in the future, you want to make sure that's a little more flush, but that's fine. Where do you plan on placing? Do you plan on putting 2 more balls or 1 more? 1 more? Okay, so if you're going to put 1 more, where do you plan on placing that ball?
Like here.
Okay, so if you're planning on placing, let's show them how close up you plan on placing. 1 second. If you plan on, okay, so she's showing you guys. So she's going about 1/8 of an inch. So if you're going to place that ball 1/8 of an inch versus 1/16 of an inch, that means that you want that ball to be a little bit wetter. Am I right? Because you need it to flood back. Or else you're going to be left with a big lump, a 1/16 of an inch. Because I typically say with a wet enough brush, that acrylic is going to flood a 1/16 of an inch. So if you're placing that ball at 1/8 of an inch, it's only going to flood another 1/16, which is going to leave you with another 1/16. Does that make sense? Because 2/16 make an 8. And I know I'm being too technical, but I'm saying like if you're going to lay it right there, it's not going to flood all the way back, basically, in a nutshell.
Okay.
That's all. I just want us to really wrap our mind around how we're grabbing a ball versus where we want to place them all the time. What does your powder liquid ratio need to look like based on where you feel comfortable placing your ball? That's all. Okay. Was that a good answer, girl? You think it was a good answer? She said, okay. Ignore me now. Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
What was it? Zoning out.
Took you a year and a half to build your clientele.
Oh, right, yeah. So I've got a nail room in my dining room. So I've got a whole room in my house that's my nail salon.
Like me.
Yep. My wages, because I'm self-employed in this job, is allowing me to build now something in my garden, so I can leave here. So I'm aiming the 30th of March. I'm gone from here and I'm going home.
Wow. Ow. Hey. You're making it happen though.
Yeah. Well, it's because of you, believe it or not. Like, don't get big-headed, but like it was because of you, because you were saying, "Oh,
because
if you see,
don't do that." Where's
you was like, if you're serious, do it. Don't say it, do it. And I was like, I really want to be doing nails full time, and I didn't want to be stuck in this job, relying on this wage. So that's what I'm doing.
I agree.
What? Y'all don't make me cry. And you know I've been drinking wine now. Tea.
Okay.
But guess what? Congratulations. But how long ago was that? From that time till now, when you said, okay, I'm going to do it till it's being done.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's what I thought. It was not even that long. And you are giddy. You stand up at 3 o'clock in the morning because you are giddy, because you're seeing that just taking the steps, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it. And I used to do the same thing. Like I was working, great job and all of that, plenty of experience and being around celebrities and going to all these celebrity parties as a brand manager in the hair industry and all this stuff. I wasn't even happy.
No.
Like I wasn't happy. And I was just like, I want to work for myself. And I would look at all these people that didn't have the experience or even the skill, and they were just doing it because they just did it. It sounds so cliche. So cliche, but it is like, just do it, right?
Yeah, like honest to God, like I don't mean to like brag or nothing, but I'm on very good money staying here looking after her. But I rather do nails. I rather be at home and do nails than earn this money here.
Right.
I need to just follow what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And you know, this is the thing. Sometimes you say you make very good money. I made very good money too. But we can make good money doing nails. But what happens is, I talk about it all the time. We're doing nails in a hobby capacity. Yeah. And if you're going to step over and do it for real, you're going to have to start looking at the numbers and the things you don't want to look at.
Talking about numbers, I was watching a video, I think it was last night, and he was on about money. Oh, wrong book. And I literally wrote everything down that you was on about increasing. This is like the money about doing pedicures. Make sure you're always getting the pedicures in.
Yeah.
Things, cuticle oil. I literally was writing everything you were saying, like little things that you were saying. What was the point I was getting at then? You mentioned yesterday. Oh yeah, and you were saying like little bits that you was letting your clients off with, like a gem or any small little thing, and then they take the mick and expect it every time. And well, that's exactly the same as me. Like, I charge a set rate, but then they expect like the whole shebang. And I'm like doing
Exactly.
3 hours, and I'm like, love, like,
This, and you gotta be careful with that. You hold on 1 second, because she's about to start filing here. I want you to do this. I'm going to pull this away because I don't want things to debris to get in here, and your brush, my brush. Let's close all this up. So I want you to file 2 things. Let's show them the 2 sets in here. Are you watching both screens?
no. I'm seeing the live comment.
Do like this for me. Right? So you see which ones who did what. So I want you to file this nail, shape this nail, and then shape my nails, and then shape your nails, and then just see the difference between them and what you had to do. But be careful in shaping the size of your nails, because you see, if you want to make sure that you're angling. You know how you said you might hurt yourself a little bit on the sides?
Yeah. So you have to kind of.
You want to tilt.
This.
Yeah, if you're going too hard into the nail like this, straight up and down filing, that's when you can cut into a person. You can actually spread bacteria from one person to another doing that. You want to level that brush more on a 45-degree angle versus so straight up and down, because that's what causes that file, especially a new one, to dig into the nail. If you do find that you need to file at that angle, maybe try to pull it downward, 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 if you have to go at that angle, versus like a saw. You don't want to be sawing. If you have to file at the angle you know will cause pain, try to just pull it in one direction downward and maybe pull it around. That's going to help you get around the cuticle and get that shape to come around the way you want it to come around. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It causes less pain, I'm just telling you. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, what were you saying?
No, he was talking.
I forgot what I was saying before that.
What was you saying? Oh, I was telling you about, like, they expect it, and then I was doing like 3 hours of work and still getting paid flat rate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to be careful with that. That's what I said. We have to come out of. Okay, so you said the book. I give tidbits in the book, but to put it all together is where it's like really like, oh my God, step by step, I'm set up. In the book, I talk about there's a spreadsheet where you learn how to calculate your different income potentials on a high, low, and high end, worst case scenario, best case scenario. And it teaches you how to break down your numbers according to your top services. Things like that we need to know. So we got to be careful with giving people freebies. What are we rewarding people for? Exactly.
Yeah.
I give people freebies for referrals, or whatever. And sometimes I don't charge people for every little thing if they're more of a regular, but you got to be careful, because people do start to have this sense of entitlement where they expect it from you. And then when you actually try to give them the real price one day, they feel some sort of way towards you, because you have set the tone that they don't pay full price, and they didn't even know the full price because you were never properly charging in the first place. So we have to use that to our advantage and make sure that we come out the gate with our real prices for new people, and make our discounts and different things we want to give as incentives to grow our business, not just because. If you've been a client for a long time, and I always pointed out, and some people look at me some sort of way because I pointed out, but I need you to know that I don't owe you this. See, some people feel like they owe you or they're doing you a favor. Let's not forget you've been sitting there for hours donating your time, your supplies, your expertise. So you didn't, some people will make you start getting your head, making you feel like they did you a favor by spending money with you, discounting your expertise and skill, right? We have to realize that they would spend it with anyone else. They would spend it with the cheaper, fast to go places, and whatever price they pay. If you come in the gate giving out freebies left and right, it will be hard for you to charge a real price. You have to start out charging a real price. And if you do give out discounts just because you like the person, they've been faithful, you better point it out to them and say why. It sounds, I don't want to sound like a jerk when I say this. You got to point it out. Because if not, they won't really realize it. And you got to let them know, like, this is special treatment for you.
Yeah.
Because you are regular or because you shouted me out on your social media. You know, you got to get something for that. What are you getting for what you're giving to these people?
Yeah.
What are you getting? You better be getting something. You better get some type of, they referred someone, they told a couple of people at your job, they I don't know, they always tip well. That's another one. Let's talk about that real quick. I got some clients, and in 2020, I'm not doing it no more. I have had clients that I was giving a lot of extra stuff to, and I noticed that they don't tip at all. And in 2020, people who don't tip me at all, never gonna ever get any extras from me ever again.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to manually remember in my brain who tips and who does not tip. People who don't ever tip me never get anything extra from me unless you have to bring something to me for me to give it to you.
Yeah.
You just do. I'm sorry. I don't say that like you don't tip me. I just don't do all those extras for people anymore. But I have some clients who tip me over and beyond. I have people that spend 50 and give me 80. Just because I had a client that came today, she texted me and said, "Hey T, I'm gonna be 7 minutes late." These people are actually reading off numbers like that, 6 minutes late, because they respect the business so much. I'm like, oh, it's fine. When she got here, she had her daughter with her. She said, "Oh my God, I had to bring my daughter. I'm so sorry. Her dad's coming to pick her up. Can she just stand right here in the hallway?" I'm like, "Girl, it's okay." I said, I just do that because people will start to abuse it. It's fine. She's like, "I'm going to give you extra money. I'm going to give you extra money." I said, "You don't have to give me extra money." But she tips me well anyway. She's one of those people that gives $20, $30 tips on no matter what the service is. And today her service was it was very cheap, and she still gave me a $10 tip. Her service was $35. She gave me a $10 tip on $35. Maybe more than that.
Where you are.
Those people, I don't keep track of, but she didn't, and I was trying to give her extra stuff and she didn't want it. Those are the clients I want. The ones who come all the time, and I have some clients, I'm not gonna lie to you, I can tell them that their service is $32, and they're gonna hand me $32. Or I can tell them your service is $39. Do you know they will give me $39? I'm just saying. Instead of just giving me the extra dollar, they will want that dollar back. Yeah. Those people, I make a mental note in my mind, you get exactly what you pay for. And I charge them for everything that they want, because you don't do anything extra for me. Don't bring any extra people. You don't shout me out on your social media. You don't ask for cards to pass out to people, and you definitely don't tip. So why would I be giving you extras and freebies? Thank you for coming, and I'm going to do the best job possible and make sure it's just as good as everyone else, but I don't give anything extra, because you don't give anything extra. It's a give and exchange business, and it is what it is. What? Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Am I? Look, you're here seeing it up front and personal. Am I scaring you now?
No.
She done found that brush, and she's realizing some stuff over here.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, you know I get on my little tangents, honey. I don't play. Hold on. 7 Beauty said, "I'm going to try a bigger brush currently. I'm using a 10 and having issues with the coverage on sidewalls. That's because you don't have enough pressure on your brush to push that acrylic down." And if you go back and watch these videos again, when I pressed down and I held it, I was able to literally hit it and it fell into the sidewalls. Hit it and it fell into the sidewalls. If you got a brush with enough pressure and you press it up initially, let it sit, it's going to flood into the cuticle a little bit. You should be able to hit it on the sides with enough liquid in that ferrule, the thickest part. I hope I'm saying it correctly, and it'll fall on its own into the cuticle. I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No. Yes. So now
We'll make sure we can hear you.
with the drill, I am going to try to make this smooth, or would you recommend I do that with a file? Probably with a drill.
Sorry if I'm twisting you. I want to make sure they can see. See, this nail was a little bit lumpy because that's that ball right there. See how it's sitting up by itself? That's that ball. So what you're going to do with this, you're going to take your you're going to take your brush and you're going to be hitting it like this. Remember I said, now this is the one, this is where people start hurting people. Don't take your file and start doing like this when you get a lumpy nail or whatever. You're hurting a person. You're literally sawing. There's no pressure. I'm just laying it here. You're literally sawing into that person's skin. When you get a nail like this, you're just going to start pulling it around like this in a downward motion. You're not going to be cutting in two, but yet you're going to be building, well, sculpting that shape in. Then you're going to take it this way and start doing like this to get rid of this lump. And I don't know, if you're not very comfortable with the drill, I would hit that with the drill a few times, but I suggest you just go with the file around there. So you're just going to pull it down this way, pull it down that way, and then go across, you know. I would take care of around the cuticle with the file. Once you get all that handled, 1/8 of an inch down, now you can start working with the drill. And personally, I would get this lump all the way flush because you're going to build up too much heat trying to get that lump out the way. That's what I would do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay. Christy said, it's true, you got me to the point where I was like, I'm making a plan to get out of this job. I hate to my passion full time for my future. So you said 2 weeks, but can you tell Chrissy, like you said 2 weeks, how did you go from working this job and I got to pay my bills based on this job to I'm leaving? How did you do that in 2 weeks? Like seriously?
Well, I'm lucky anyway because I already built up everything in my dining room. So you literally sparked up something and I was like, F it, I'm just going to leave this job and I'm just going to do it from home where I want. It's what I want. I got a 5-year-old at home that I don't see every other week. I'm just going to do it.
Okay, so I guess, see you guys, she's been building her clientele for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, for 1.5 years part-time already. So how did you go about building your clientele part-time while having a job? How did you get those people in to a point where they became actual clientele?
Yeah, they regular. Every other week, they regular. Every 2 weeks, they come to me. When I do their nails, I get them to book their next appointment.
Hold on. Pull that file down, girl. Stop playing. Pull it. Come on, faster. Pull it down. Come on.
Work it.
She said it too. Yeah, just keep going. Long strokes. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it's all about your personality, and if you click with your clientele, like if you're bubbly and chatty, and make them comfortable, they'll come back. And just make sure you book the next appointment in. That's all I've done really.
How do you handle appointments?
Well, they book it through either Facebook or face-to-face at the appointment. That's the only way I do it. I got Instagram. I've never had an appointment through Instagram, but in the UK, like my area where I live, Instagram isn't big like that.
Don't they have, well, Facebook has a booking system built in, but I am going to tell you, if you're going to go full time with this and as your clientele grows, you're going to have to make that more automated because you're not going to be able to stop throughout the day. So you can do it while you're at work and when you get off and all that, but once you become fully immersed in your clientele, that will actually slow your day up. Once people start messaging you and everything, you have to automate it. But Facebook has it.
Well, I've got 2 Facebooks. So I've got, 3. I got my personal, which nobody has. Then I got a business page, which you like the page and then it's business. And then I've got a friends cast nails page, which I find is a lot better than the business because I can add random people in my area. So it's a lot easier than the business side. I did have a look at the booking system. I clicked on yours on your Instagram. Just to see, because I know
the Acuity.
Your booking system on your Instagram. I clicked on
that's Acuity. It takes you to Acuity. Acuity links with Instagram.
And I seen yours, but I don't think anyone in my area would use it.
No, see, I don't know about the UK with it, but I don't know. I don't know.
Where I am, we're quite laid back and more of a community where we just either text or see each other face to face. We're not booking system online or Instagram. We're quite slow in that department.
But you know what? You said something, and I want to rewind back to that because that's important. I think what I need to do is I'm going to write it down because you just gave me a video idea.
Okay.
Closing the sale.
Yes.
I'm going to write that down. You are a closer, meaning that you close your sale. I'm writing it down. You close your sale before.
Yeah, they leave. You got to.
Before they leave. And that is something that you try to do. But if you are in a place where you are, there is a hard, let me write that down, hard and a soft close. And you are hard closing your sales. So, okay, because you're more, let me write that down, making notes to myself. UK, lay back.
To the UK. The UK.
It all correlates and it makes sense.
Like I wish you could see what I see. My village is really like, I don't know if you've seen like anything that's Welsh on TV, but we all like mountains and sheep. We're not like built up like cities. Like there's only 2 nail shops, nail salons in my town. Just 2.
Okay, so you know you need to, girl. Hold on, because I'm gonna tell you something else.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look at these nails she's doing so far. Have you filed my nails? I don't think so.
No.
Yours are good enough. Huh?
I don't think yours need to be.
You don't think she says she doesn't think my nails need to be filed. I told you I could get nails when they don't need to be buffed.
I'm not even kidding.
Wait, let's see. I'm reading comments. Hold on, because I got to tell you something. Wait, I'm just looking through the comments. Okay. You need to do, let me tell you something. You could be like nail. Because when you are in areas where they're not, why did you shake your head? I'm going to click you off of here.
I got nails. Kirsty Meakin, is that what you're on about?
Bring me a flight over there and feed me and give me a bed for 3 months. I'll brand you all the way through. You'll be so booked. You'll need assistance and the space. There's no one in your area doing it. So everybody. Listen to what she just said. I commend you for what you just said and what you're doing, but listen to what you just said. And I want everybody to hear what I'm saying. Okay. In my area, don't you leave, Kelly. In my area, it's very laid back, you see. Everybody is very laid back. And you see, we just kind of go from Facebook and it's just, and we just talk when we see each other. Okay. That's in your area. So if you have now said, I'm going to leave my job and go do this on my own, why would you do what the few people in your area are doing? Why wouldn't you do the complete opposite and stand out from them and grab all the rest of the business that's just lingering out there? Meaning brand yourself. Meaning the logo, the look, the special way to book. Create a sense of urgency around what you're doing. Paint that room some funky color and put some everything I've said in the other videos and all this good stuff, and people will be booked with you. You will not be able to take people for up to 3 months and 4 months at a time. And at that point, that's how you give yourself a raise, because now you're in high demand because you're doing something the opposite of what other people are doing. And there are not that many of you to even compete. Set the standard. Set a new standard. You've already done the big part.
I've been doing everything. I've built. I've done my logo. I've got my hat like you. I've got my jackets, I've got my t-shirts, I've got my business cards done and dusted, if you could even see it.
Let me see your business card.
It's just got Cass, and then on the back, it's got all my details, and then appointment times.
Now, okay, I'm gonna stop you right there too.
Go
So
on
you
then.
said, you know, I'm a salesperson, but seriously, I'm selling something that's needed for real.
Yeah.
You said, and a lot of people do this because I've had people send me pictures and pictures and pictures of the notes they've taken, but the book is needed because in the book also is an audit. There are pages on auditing, and just looking at your business card does not pass the audit.
Right.
Just
Okay.
you're doing like this. I'm not even gonna tell you why, but it does not pass the audit.
Okay. Doesn't stand out. Okay.
The screen froze.
Did it? Or is it just me being a plonker?
It did not freeze, but I got her. No, seriously, there are some things that are needed because especially when you're making such big, and I'm not trying to make you buy the book. I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of people think like you. And my thing is, if you're saying you're going to go into business and you think that the information I'm providing is good, but you think you're getting all the information from watching the videos, you're missing some big chunks because, like what you just said, and I'm going to tell you another story behind this. What you just said is great. You getting the points, but when you are taking such a big leap in your life, go ahead and use that drill, girl. And then I want you to shape them like this, but also shape them like this according to yourself. You know, like facing this way, this way, and this way, like that. But you're doing good because it's not that long. Looking at your business card, I can't give away all the information in there, but there's an audit in there as well. And in the audit, it tells you what it looks like, what it should look like, and what most people look like. And it explains the reasons why this is going to work, this does not work, da, 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 da. And when you are taking such a big leap as to say, I'm stepping out on my own, you don't really want to cut corners and learn things the hard way. Your business card is not bad, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I know the way that works for real and the little details that people don't think about just from my corporate training and as a brand manager. So when you just did like that with your business card, I'm going to tell you this. When you put your business card up, I should know exactly what you're doing. And when you did like this, and this is all I'm saying, with your business card front and back, you could have been an insurance company or anything. I don't really know from looking at your card. And you got to think about that because if you put your cards down in a ladies' room or someplace at a networking event, people need to look at your marketing materials and instantly be triggered to do something. They should be triggered. It's called a call to action. And looking at your marketing materials, they should instantly be called to some sort of action if it triggers them. If it triggers them. So you have to make sure that your marketing materials are triggering people. That's all I'm going to say. So it's good to watch all the videos and everything, but I think a lot of people they're trying to skip around something that's really going to be like a good tool, a really good tool. But I'm really proud of what you're doing and everything. And I was just trying to figure out like what your major plan was. Don't freak out because I said that, because it's not a huge deal, but it's little things like that are in there. Yeah. And then also you need to take advantage fully of it. You just said you don't even really have any competition. You're already good. You got this clientele. Now what you need to do, in my opinion, is just create an urgency around getting in with you. Make yourself the shit. Yeah, I said shit. Because I'm such a lady. What you think? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm always thinking.
Me too.
It's just my area is
you're doing good.
Annoying.
Oh, thank you.
Your area is who?
Annoying. It's like it's irritating because we are like, I say we, like if we're a bloody group. It's not much money made in my area. people don't spend. It's not like a city where the prices are higher. So when I did my marketing to try and like find out my what do you call it, like value, not value, for my pricing and my worth, I couldn't go high because it was too high for everybody to pay in my area. Does that make sense? Where my cousin, she lives in the city and she's charging double than me. That's another issue I got at the moment. That's just an issue that I got at the moment. It's just my area. They're just so, I don't know.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. That's enough. I will take the file across there a few times, then that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, because now you're going to be, if you did all of that, now you're starting to take it away to the point where it's going to need a fill-in. So I would just hit the drill, hit the file across here a couple times, and then I would just hit see it's a dip right here. And when I'm working, I'm constantly using my thumb. I don't know if you do this. When I'm working, my thumb is my eye. That's my third eye. So when I'm working, I'm constantly doing like this. That's why when you see people working, they'll file, they'll drill, and they'll do like this because it's a third eye. Just quickly, it tells me where I need to hit it. You have a big dip right there, and you don't want to go too deep on the cuticle right here because then it's taken away from the cuticle too much. Okay, I would just hit it across horizontally and take that big hump across there. Long strokes from left to right horizontally to even that out, and then I would leave that alone. What is the income like in your area?
It's quite low in my area.
Low?
Yeah, it's really low. It's, well, where I am right now, the reason why I'm getting paid so good is because I'm in the city, but I live an hour away.
It's quite low for what you think people would pay who normally pay for services twice what you're charging would pay.
Yeah.
What is your specialty?
I sculpt. So I don't like doing tips, gluing tips on. I like to sculpt nails. I'm more of like, I show off the C curve in the nails and I educate them. I constantly, through my whole session of doing a set of nails, I'll be talking about the nails. It's just, I get excited when I'm doing nails. So I'm like, oh, look at that. And I'm showing them like the arch and the C curve, and like they laugh at me because I'm nails obsessed. But yeah, that's just me.
So you do sculpting tips.
Yeah.
You like to educate on nails. How long are you taking to do a set?
2 hours.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do designs?
Yes.
2 hours with designs, 2 hours walking out the door, 2 hours?
No, it's 2 hours for basic or stamping, because I do stamping artwork. Or if it's like 3D, any other design, then it could take like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours is closer to 3. Let's be realistic here so we can have some real conversation.
I have done 3, yeah.
Okay, the reason why is because you could tell me this, but then in real life, this is how these are the things we talk about, like to know what we need to do to pay our bills that we were paying for real. Because if you're saying 3 hours, then that tells you that you need to do at least in a 9-hour day, realistically, because of things of people running late and stuff. We're going to have to wrap this around a 9-hour day. 3 people.
Yeah.
See how we break it down? 3 clients per day. So how much, then this is going to tell you how much those 3 people need to each give you to replace the income. This is the stuff we got to think about. So if you were, I'm just throwing a number out here, $300, that means I need to find 3 $100 clients a day. This is real talk. If I'm taking 3 hours a day, and that's me working a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
This is the way we got to look at nails. I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is how we have to sit down and look at our business. And do we need to manipulate some things? Do we need to say, although I like to do sculpture nails, right?
Mhm.
That right there is just going to be like not easy to find in this area. Therefore, I might have to step back and go back. This is why, you guys, this is why I constantly say, get back to your basics. Because in your area, you might have to step and do some basic stuff like manicures and pedicures to make sure that you're pulling in your base amount that you need to per day. So you might initially say, I might have to go in and just get 2 people at $50 per day, and then I need to do like 3 or 4 more people at $40 a day, a quick basic mani-pedi, because I know in this area I would more easily pull in 3 to 4 mani-pedi people and get them in and out my house in an hour. So 4 hours on basic services, and then I'm going to have like another person or 2 that are giving me 50 or 60 each, so I'm replacing that income. You get it? So when you're in business for yourself, you can't always do exactly what you want to do. You got to do what monetarily works for your business, for your bills, replacing the income that you are walking away from. Ideally, everybody would like to do exactly what they want to do, but I do a lot of manicures, pedicures, no chips, and no chips are kind of boring to me. But guess what? My first client today was a no chip, and she comes faithfully. She tips really good. She brings her daughter. And when I went on my cruise, she gave me a really nice tip, like, and said, enjoy yourself. Those people pay a lot of my bills too, although I'm an acrylic specialist. So I just wonder, just listening to the little bit you told me, does that make sense what I'm saying? I want to make it worth your while since you're staying up 3 o'clock in the morning and walking away from your job. Like, how you need to look at what you're doing, the little things that I'm seeing. Does that make sense? Do you do basic manicures and pedicures? Because if you're in a lower income area and they're not going to pay for that higher end service that you know you should be charging for, that service is taking you 3 hours almost, depending, you might have to step back and advertise to these people for your bread and butter money and get some $40, I don't know, 35, lower end services or faster, more affordable services.
Yeah. There seems to be in my area, there's mainly the young generation that want their nails done, which are all for acrylics. I've only got a handful of clientele that's just gel polish.
But you don't have Facebook.
Pardon?
You have Facebook.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. When we're filing nails nowadays, I want everyone to understand that we're working more so with gel than acrylic. So gel polish is going to level out your acrylic. So we don't have to do as much buffing as we used to do with polish. Back in the day, we used to do a lot of buffing with because polish settles into the nail more and it's going to not look as shiny because it settles into the nail more, but gel is a creamier substance. So really you can kind of get away with. You ever been to the discount salon and that's all they do? They just hit it a few times each way and that's smooth enough. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. And to be honest with you, some of you guys are saying that your gel polish is peeling. Sometimes if your nails are too smooth, that will make gel polish peel too. So you want a little tiny micro bit of a surface there, unless you're trying to even out something. I just threw that out there because hearing you buff just made me think to say that really quick. Okay. You have Facebook right there, right, Kelly? You have Facebook?
I do.
Everybody wants to buy glitter, and do designs, right? Yeah. You got Facebook, you're going to have to run some ads because you're going off of what you see, and there are people in your area that want manicures and pedicures. There is no area that does not want a manicure and pedicure. So you can run an easy $10. Huh?
In the summer, pedicures like key. Everybody wants pedicures in summer. But I don't know. It's just my area. Everybody wants acrylics.
Have you tried running an ad to see that? You're assuming that.
No, because I'm not full-time yet. So when I'm full-time, I'll run some ads then to get more clientele in. Because at the moment, I don't need any more clientele because I'm every other week and I'm fully booked. It's
Run
only
the
when
ad. Just run the ad.
okay.
A 10. Wait, they don't have dollars over there, right? What is it?
Pounds.
What is it? Pounds. I don't know how it translates. 1,500 pounds? I don't know. How many dollars is that? Run a very small ad, like a meal, like a meal and a half. Run that in ads. That's just it for 7 days. And run it for a basic call it something because it's cold out. Say winter hand and foot treatment. First, so many 25 people for $25 only.
Right.
Must book, create some urgency, saying you're only giving it out to so many people for $25 just to introduce yourself to the people in the area. Open yourself up just to get them in front of you to see how they're thinking, and just that there's some potential there, because I guarantee you probably will pull at least 2 clients out of that deal, 2 regulars. And from there, you'll start to learn more and figure out what your next steps are.
Yeah. I want to start doing paraffin wax because nobody does it in my area. So I was thinking for the older generation, especially with like arthritis and stuff.
What is it?
Paraffin wax.
Oh, yeah. See, this is where your Facebook comes in, because you can even grab a friend or something and you can say something like anti-aging starts, anti-aging. I don't know, something about anti-aging and elasticity and moisture. And just simply film you and your friend doing a paraffin on her and say something about anti-aging and moisture. No need to do fancy spa treatments. You can do this simple thing. First 25 people get, a deluxe manicure at the regular price or whatever. Must book, call this number, Just try that. We have to kind of take it outside of what we personally like and think about how to get these people in as soon as possible. Because it's going to get real at a certain point. So we got to have a game plan. Yeah. Beyond the designs, because like you just said, what you do doesn't necessarily match the area that you live in. Yeah. But it's very possible, but you haven't done enough marketing research, which we call, you haven't tested your area yet. You're assuming from what you think you know, but you don't know until you do some real testing, because numbers are going to tell you how many people are going to click on your ad, how many people are going to reach out to you. And those are the numbers you go by, not by what you emotionally feel or by what the people around you, what you think you see. Because there could be someone right in your area doing this, what we're talking about, right in their house, and you wouldn't even know. I live in an apartment building and people come in and out of my house all day. They don't know what I'm doing in here. Mm-hmm. They don't, do they?
No idea.
No idea. But I'm in here doing whole manicures and pedicures and book beyond my capacity. And people don't know what I do. There's a braider in the next building. There's a hairstylist in that building. We all work out of our apartments. Nobody would know. And when I market in this area, I get people in the other buildings, but I stopped doing it because I don't need to. But when I was doing my Facebook ads, I was finding people in the woodworks who actually were like, I've been looking for someone in the area. You assume, but there are people looking for people in the area. So you got to look into it now, because usually there's no turning back, because it's too late, girl. It's too late. I hope you're not drinking coffee this late.
No, a cup of tea.
Me too. Okay. So I'm going to go back over to her. Is there anything else you want to add before we go? She said, when I was in school, I stayed and did extra lab hours for my time to add up quickly to get more practice on the clients. I'm not into people coming into my home. Okay.
Okay. Well, nobody's comfortable with going in your home. It's just sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I wasn't comfortable with people coming in my home, but you just got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah, and most of my people I've been knowing for a long time, and then you just kind of know, and that's why I personally, because you're not doing a booking system, it's a little more risky. That's another reason why I have the credit cards, because it's attaching it to some live body some sort of way, and then when they get there, it sends them, they don't even get my address until they have to put in an email. And I get people all the time, first time clients, like right before the appointment, like, hey, what's the address? And I politely but wholeheartedly reply back, the address is in the confirmation email attached to wherever you book from. And they're like, but I'm driving, you can't just tell me. I said, and this is how I reply back. It sounds mean, but it's for my protection. I said, for security purposes, because I work from home, you must check the confirmations attached to that credit card and everything. It's an email that came to that address that gives you the information. And when they get here, even if they're aggravated, I hold to that. And when they get here and I, see that they're a real person, I'm like, I always check them out. And then I say, I'm so sorry, but you got to realize I work from home. And, I just got to make sure that's the person actually coming to my home, because anyone can text, can hit the link on my Instagram and say, what's your address? And then they totally change their demeanor. Like, I'm so sorry. I totally get it. And I stick to that. And a person who doesn't want to do that is a person who, to me, doesn't have good intentions. And if you're not coming because I'm telling you to check the email, then you're probably not a good client for me anyway. You're going to be difficult because if you don't understand I work from home, that means you don't read. So if you didn't read that, you definitely didn't read anything else on that page, because it also tells you no kids. It tells you the cancellation policy and all of that. So you didn't read any of that, and you're going to probably end up being a problem anyway. Next. Who's next? Who's next? So that's it.
Can I get a charger?
She needs a charge, you guys. So I'm not going to hold her here too long. But was there anything else you would like to add?
No. I'm just happy to say hi to you, to be honest, because I'm normally like in the background. I don't even comment.
Okay. I loved having you on. I love having you on here. She says we're going to pop. I'm watching two screens, right? I'm working with her, this screen and your screen. You want to polish your nails?
It's really up to you.
Yep, we're going to polish them. And guess what we're going to polish them?
I have actually never used gel before.
Oh my God. I did not know this girl. Oh, you guys.
Sorry.
She said
I got a light for Christmas. I got the UV light. I have to invest in actually getting some.
She said she never used gel polish before. I did not know that.
No.
Oh my God.
No, I just.
I didn't know. Do you have time to polish them?
Try.
Takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is interesting because this is our first time using gel polish, you guys. I didn't know. Did you guys know? Okay, so gel polish is just, we're not going to use this black. Gel polish is just like any other polish. It's a gel, though. It's not the same as polish. You're going to put it on just like you do polish.
Okay.
Except for one thing. The light cures it. And my light, I need a new lamp. We cleaned them already, right? We used the same neck strip that I used earlier. We just turned it to a different area on the neck strip. That's why I say you can keep using these. You can use the same neck strip on a manicure, pedicure. You can just turn it different ways to, So she already cleaned it. So now they're ready. And I want to use white because that white is going to show you what's what. So you're just going to polish them. No, wait. We're going to use this other color. We're just going to use this one because it's just a light color will be fine. We'll use this pink. So you're just going to, with your gel, you just got to make sure I just kind of roll it, but it doesn't move around the same. It's totally kind of different. But I just kind of roll it. I turn it upside down. Some people shake it like this, but gel doesn't move the same as polish. So shaking it doesn't really do much. You can kind of turn it around, just keep rolling it. They have shakers, but really just kind of got to try to get it to mix. Unless you haven't used it in a long time, it should be fine. And you're just going to polish your nails just like you would anything else.
Okay.
Really quickly, she's not watching the other screen, but I'm just going to do one. Typically gel polishes, you see how I always use the finger and I'm anchoring. I'm just going to push it up. It's really no real difference. I rock. So it looks like I am shaking. I'm not shaking. I'm rocking that polish into the corners. I'm twisting the finger. You're very relaxed, so that's a good thing. But that it looks like I'm shaking, but you see I'm really rocking it into the corners to make sure I'm getting the sides. And then when I always get to the bottom, I always wrap it around, because when gel cures, it's actually like a plastic wrap. So yeah. And I'm going to put it in here. I'll put it in for 45 seconds. But really, most gel polishes nowadays are going to cure in an LED lamp for 30 seconds. But I always go above 30 seconds because you never know how powerful your lamp is. Sometimes your lamp is a little weak and it's getting weak and you don't know it. And then you'll start having complaints. So I always go 45 seconds or higher just to be sure in case your lamp is kind of weak. Or, the polish, just to be safe, okay? So after that 30 seconds, you can do the rest of them. And then Kelly, it's late, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go, okay? I appreciate you coming on and staying up. So you might want to replay the live. It's up to you, but I really appreciate you coming on. And you might want to think about the book or something. I don't know, because you got the gist of it. But yeah, go ahead. You got the gist of it, but there are some things that I think you might want to look a little further into because you are taking a big step.
It's just because you're so far away, the delivery will be really high.
No, there's a digital version. You can have the book right now in 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a digital version. But you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll help you really clear out your thoughts in terms of your money and how your brand should look and who you're targeting, like who fits you and what it all should look like, kind of bring it together, and yeah, there is a digital version just because I have a lot of people all over. So yeah.
I want the hard copy though. It's just it's the way I am. Okay.
I've shipped a book or two to the UK. It hasn't been any problems. Now I will tell you, with Canada, there's a $10 charge to ship, but people have been ordering. I said in another live, people have been ordering from Canada. Hold on one second. With the gel, let me say this too. With gel, you want to make sure that it's pulled really nice and tight, because what's going to happen is you might have it buckle and it's going to start to look thick. So I want you to go back over it, and you see how you were kind of feathering it down. You want to pull nice, even strokes. Even if you do like this, grab it from where you had it from and finish pulling it all the way down. It's a little bit different in polish. I know you're trying to make it look even, like let me leave some there, let me leave some there, let me leave some there. Gel's a little different. You want to make sure you're pulling that stuff, you're tightening it up, Even if it looks streaky, it kind of levels itself out in the light. That's why I said with gel, you don't have to spend so much time buffing. Actually, you need a little bit of that grit and you need a little bit of that friction and grain there to kind of grab it. Okay, so I'm not going to hold you anymore. I'm going to let you go. So thank you so much, Miss Kelly, for joining us, and congratulations. And don't forget to come back on and give us updates, or if you want some advice on different things, just come on live and talk to the community.
No worries. If nobody will come on one night and I'm in bed watching her, I'll just be like, send me a link.
Okay, cool. Just let me know and I'll do it. Okay.
No
all
worries.
right. Well, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Get some sleep.
I will. Right.
Ooh. Okay. Tony Montana. I hadn't either. It's a few gel polishes. Not too thick. Not too thick is the trick. Yeah. That's what Precious Me said. Not too thick on the gel polish. I didn't know that. Somebody else said Adelis. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So I never used gel polish either. Wait, so what have you been using up until this point? Regular nail polish? I didn't really use the regular nail polish on feet. Wow.
I've only kept using regular nail polish because I practice on myself or on the practice hand, so it's not really I don't know, like I need it to dry right away because when I do the nails myself, I just stay up and watch TV and they dry by the time I go to bed. So.
Oh wow, but a lot of the nail designs that are out now, seriously, you guys, it's gel. It's gel technology. So if you're gonna do this, a lot of people that may sit in your chair, they're gonna start showing you pictures off of I can't stand it, but they're gonna show you pictures off of Pinterest, and it's gonna be something that doesn't work with Bye y'all. Thank you so much for being so nice. Night. Thank you for coming on. It's gonna be gel technology, so might as well get used to it. It's definitely here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to start playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did get like a set for Christmas of the polishes, but they were like some mini versions. It's probably like half of this.
Okay.
But I haven't
polish on down, girl. Now, y'all, you give me anxiety. I hate to see people polish like that. Like, I don't know why. Just I don't know. It's like overworking it. Just pull it on down. Pull it on down around. I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, but yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry, but I'm not. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear it then. Wait, somebody said they wear the same color. It's so pretty. I have that color on my nails now. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. It's like peachy and pink.
Yeah, I just grabbed it. It's one of my new ones. I didn't know people were still just using polish on nails. I didn't. When I worked in North Carolina, though, they were not into. I was like, really? I couldn't believe it. It's like, wow. I couldn't even talk people into using gel. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And the owner had a lot of them. She was like, they were like locked up in the cabinet somewhere because nobody used them. I'm like, wow. I couldn't even really do designs there because they were still into polish. I'm like, wow. The only thing I can really do is some old school stuff. Yeah. Did the light go off?
Yes.
Let's do it one more time just to be sure. Okay, so did anybody feel like it was like worth it today? Did you enjoy today's live? Because we're almost done, because once she puts the second coat on and top coat, she's done. I just wanted to show that here's a person who was just talking about it. She made some moves and she came all the way over here and she learned something and she figured out that she needs a bigger, stiffer brush. Excuse me. And she's, I'm sure, going to be more comfortable from this point on. And yeah. You are?
I really am.
Okay.
The bigger brush actually ended up giving me like a little bit of a boost just because I was struggling a lot with the smaller brush. And I don't know. Like I felt like every time I would put it, by the time I started kind of moving it around, it would already be
let me see your thumb. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, it would already be like dry, so it would stay really bumpy instead of smoothing out. With the bigger brush, everything just spread really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like over.
It's more power behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. This one more?
No, well, just for a few seconds, just to make sure. Sometimes you guys with that thumb, the light is not hitting it properly because the way that it's in the lamp. So I always have people go in and do their thumb separately, at least for 20 seconds. Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Anthony said, this live was very helpful. Yes. Precious Me says, Sally's is just not the place to get nail supplies.
I'm learning that.
They sell nail lies. What would your advice be on starting your first YouTube channel doing nails? I'm a newly qualified nail technician. Many thanks. God bless. Don't forget pull. I mean, like when you're pulling, like really get in and pull. Let me do this one more. I can't polish with nail polish. I have to hold it on here. You see, I'm doing this too. If you pull it, it's a lot. So with this gel, it's thick too. So, and I always hold the nail down. You see how I push that up? It's almost like I'm doing acrylic. You see how I'm following my strokes? I'm kind of shaking. It looks like I'm shaking, but I'm really rocking that polish in, because the difference between the next nail tech and the person who's going to build a clientele is the little details and the neatness of it. Like, people don't want to see those big gaps where you forgot to put polish and stuff like that. So you see how I'm following through with all my strokes? When I get into the corners, I'm making sure I'm wrapping it around the edges, because gel, when you put it in there, it's going to, it shrinks a little bit too, because it's a gel, and it kind of becomes like a plastic. So just want to wrap it around. It's like saran wrapping the nail with color. Chrissy L said it was definitely helpful. Good, yes. You don't have to shake like me if you don't want to, but I call it kind of rocking the nail polish in. That's the difference. Like, some people always say, your polish looks so neat and crisp around the edges and all that, because I really will spend more time rocking, and I'll be creating the perfect line around the cuticle. When I'm rocking up around there, I'm pushing it up to a perfect line. And then when I'm doing it on the sides, I'm also etching it into those corners. It makes all the difference. And it just makes a big difference. And it's sealing the nail too, because that's a plastic barrier. Those nails are sealed at that point. They're sealed. They're sealed. So we got to go back to these basics, honey. Even just like the lady who we just had, Kelly. We had to, you see, my advice to her was go back to the basics. If you're going to take these big, huge steps, at this point, you definitely might have to take a look at the basics, because what you want to do may not necessarily be 100%. That's not what's 100% in your area. So that's where these basics that I keep telling everyone about come in. We got basics here, and we got basics over here on two different ends of the spectrum. A person who's got a clientele needing the basics probably for financial reasons, and we got a person over here who is going to need the basics just to build from. So it's important. I'm not just talking. I'm trying to say something. Any tips for capping the free edge of a short nail with no getting polish on the skin? Yeah, that's more advanced. Can you see the other screen over here? Because I'm going to do it on the other screen. Because there is an art to that, especially if you try to do it with red. Red will tell you every time. And you will get people, if you go to a natural nail salon or try to do natural nails, they start picking this. They all gonna pick red, 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 hot pink, hot pink. You cannot be sloppy with it, else it's gonna stain their skin, and their expensive manicure is not gonna look all that crisp. So, can you see the other screen? Going over now. Okay, so I'm just going to polish my short nail. Well, I'll take her hand. Short, okay. Short, something short. Which one is short?
Probably
it's somewhat shaped. Well, it doesn't matter. So, have you put your, can you all see? So the key, and this is just some gel, but the key is when you're placing it, see, I don't start way up there. That's how stuff gets sloppy. I go near where I'm trying to go, and I always rock it up, rock it around. See how I spread that brush out real flat? But when I get towards the edge, what I do is I start to lift up that brush. That is the key. Did you see that? I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to push it down, push it down. I flatten out my brush really big to get a big wide area. But as I get towards the edge of a skinny nail, I lift the brush up. As I lift the brush up, it's going to perfectly wrap around the edge as I lift the brush up. And I don't do it that slow. I was just showing you, but that's how I do short nails. Lift it up. There's a key. If you just do like that, it's going to get everywhere. Really short nails, and this works on even nubs. As I get towards the edge, I lift it up almost like, oh, like a one, and that is, it's going to instantly graze along the edge. That is the key to doing really short nails. And these are not even short nails, but just so you get it, I just want to explain it. I spread my brush really flat and spread it out, and then I lift it up as I get towards the end. That works. I promise you.
Okay.
Did you go
I did. Yes.
by itself?
Yes.
You did? Okay. Oh, here's clear. Top coat. So I hope
you
that
also have
answered
to
that
shake
question. Huh?
You also have to shake this one.
And really, they have gel polish shakers. I don't have one.
What is that?
It's something you sit your gel polish in, you know, whatever.
Washing machine?
I never had one. Some nail techs have it. I don't. Okay. If anyone else has any suggestions, cool. Tanisha, have you tried Madam Glam gel polish? Nope.
Oh, I heard those were good.
You know why? Because I feel like they always trying to trick you with their price, and I don't like being tricked.
Yeah, yeah.
They play too much with their
membership.
pricing. Like, they're always moving the pricing around. I'm like, just tell me how much it is. You don't have to do all this fancy pricing trickery. And that's how I feel with them. And that's why I've never ordered. I've put stuff in the basket before, and then after so long, I just kind of ignored them. Now, with the top coat, I will tell you, you got to make sure you pull in nice, even strokes, because if not, it's going to show, and it's going to have dips in it and like little warped areas. And you got to cap it. You got to make sure you're sealing it. With nails, that's why I say with nails, everybody wants to do nail. It's really a science, and you really got to think about the whole picture of what you're doing. You could watch somebody, and somebody could tell you, but when you're actually doing it, you got to think about what you're doing. I'm not saying that in a smart way. I'm saying like you really got to wrap your mind around what you're doing. Literally, I'm putting this clear plastic coating on the nails. If you're just wiping it on there, isn't it missing on the edge? Isn't it missing over here? So when they go to touch stuff, it's going to be popping up because it's not coated with the clear cover. You know, it's almost like rain boots. It's almost like wearing rain boots on your feet with holes in it. That's how you got to kind of look at it. Like, you wouldn't wear a pair of rain boots with holes in it. So the clear coating must cover all the areas. And so when you're touching stuff, it has a protective barrier so that color can last. That's the way I like to think of it.
Oh, what if you get a little fuzzy in your nail?
You can always wipe it off and redo it, or usually it wipes, wipe it off. Yeah. Because it's not, that's the other thing. Gel moves until you set it. But as soon as you put it in the light, it instantly freezes. Don't mistake it. Even if you just did it like this, you already froze it a little bit. You're not going to be able to wipe it off like that. It's going to be like static wipe off. It's not going to wipe off. As soon as it is exposed to this light, it will freeze to some degree. It's not cured, but it will freeze to some degree. So until then, you can do whatever you want. You can keep wiping it off and redoing it, wipe it off, redo it until that point. Until that point. Maria says she just ordered the digital download. Hey, Maria, where are you in your journey? Thank you so much. That's hard to do in a chop shop because all the regular nail polishes are old and thick. Okay. Yeah. Let me take a look at it. See, and it tells on you. Gel polish tells on you. So this looks pretty decent. Did you see those little dings? Gel polish can be ticky too. It can be ticky, but once this is sealed, it's sealed. And see how it's telling? But I still think this looks good. What do you think?
Better than my usual.
Boom. I think it looks good.
I think it looks great.
There you go. I'm new to nails and I'm self-taught, still studying, but I'm stuck and don't know whether to do acrylic or gel to start with. Any advice you could give me? You want to give this advice?
Keep practicing. Try a bigger brush.
She said gel or acrylic though. Which one?
Honestly, I don't really know the difference. I thought both, aren't they both like powders? I thought clear
oh Lord,
was
no.
like gel.
No.
Okay.
So whichever one you like most, if anyone else in the community wants to chime in, whichever one works best for you. I wonder, like what she just said, she said, aren't they both powders? See, that's one of the reasons why I want you all to go to school, because gel, if you ever have a person telling you they're doing gel, any professional nail tech knows if you're doing gel, there is no powder involved whatsoever. You ever go to a nail salon and they pull out powder talking about you getting gel nails, they're not doing gel nails. That is acrylic with the gel overlay, and they tried to sell it like that, but it's not. Now she's talking about hard gel. I don't do hard gel. I find it to be a little harder and more expensive and more tedious, but it looks very good. It's very clear, and all this encapsulation they're doing, it looks so good. But I don't have a clientele built around that. And for the amount of money I'm going to charge, I know the clientele I built is they're not going to pay that. So whichever, some people do all hard gel, and that's all they do, and they don't like acrylic. So it depends on what you like. I'm going to have to plug in because my phone's dying. Okay. Do you have juice? That's a question you have to kind of play around with.
Be good. Okay.
But I just wonder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just wonder if you're working with acrylic like you think, if you're working with gel like you think you're working with gel, because real gel is just straight up hard gel that you do with a gel brush, and you kind of lay it down, and you got to kind of manipulate it and know how to work it down. It's just all gel, all gel. Oh, she's curing her thumb. Maria said, I've been licensed for years, taking a refresher at the end of the month, focusing on doing an at-home business. Okay, cool. Yeah, whichever one. And what was your question? I'm trying to see. This is perfect for you, the book, because now you need to figure out how you're going to do it this time. Like if you're going jumping into it, at-home business, what exactly are you doing, and what type of money do you need to make, and what does your brand need to look like? That's important because it's very competitive out here. It's becoming more competitive because of social media, and everybody and their mama can build their own brand overnight. So you got to really have a focus on what you're doing, because it's a lot of good people, and a lot of people copycatting and doing the same thing because they see it's hot right now. So everybody want to do it. So that is the full set. Well, she did that.
Well, I did a half set.
Half set. Let's show it from this angle like this. Look at that.
Ooh, hold on.
Let's see.
So then after you do no chip, what exactly do you do?
Gotta make sure they can hear you.
You did great. Oh, thank you.
See?
Thank you. I
Good
appreciate
job.
that.
Hurry and put that brush in your bag. So you trying to make a steal from me now?
She hid it from me.
Oh, I put it. Where is it? Oh, it's like it is all day long. I keep my brush soaking all day long. It's nice and conditioned. I have a really nice conditioned brush, and I said this before because I let my brush soak in liquid all day long while I'm working. I rarely ever have to clean it unless I start getting real busy and sloppy with my work. I'm not gonna lie to you, moving too fast and it gets dirty. My brush is nice and conditioned.
Yeah, that's a nice
It's
brush.
like butter, and it's a cheap brush. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wait.
So do you put, I know after, like, if you get your nails done, once they do no chip, they put something else to clean them or something? Or is that
Nope.
just like that?
That top coat is a non-cleanse top coat.
Oh, okay.
See, it says no cleanse.
Got
The older ones say cleanse.
Okay.
This is a non-cleanse. It's a tacky residue layer. Tacky. Most brands are not making those anymore, but you will run into them. So when you buy gel and you buy the top coat, make sure you understand which one you get.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
How do you soak them and not bend the brush? I don't know. That's because my brush is very lightweight, isn't it? The handle is a very light wood, so it's not bending. It just sits. Because of the type of jar that I'm using, this is how it sits in the liquid all day. It doesn't bend at all. It's in perfect condition when I take it out. It just stays in the liquid all darn day. All day. Glitz and somebody said, what's the good color acrylic? Somebody said glitz and glam. So we're gonna wrap this up so she can get out of here. She gotta get back to her babies and stuff.
Yes.
But did you think it was worth it today?
Oh, very much so. I'm very happy that I came, and I needed this. And I'm so happy that I came. And
See, she thought I was gonna murder her, y'all. She was like, she's walking behind me, but I get it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just that. Like, I'm thankful for the whole experience, because I feel like now I go back home and I'm able to think about all the points that you brought up while I'm practicing, and then just continue to practice until I'm able to get better at it. And honestly, with the bigger brush, I might even say that I feel comfortable trying to find someone and being like, okay, I think I have a better handle on the acrylic with the bigger brush than I did with the smaller one.
That's what it was. It was the brush. We made your breakthrough. It was the brush. And you did your nails. I just did too. And I'm like, okay. And then I was over here talking to her about something else, you know?
Oh, this was like watching a feel-good movie.
A feel-good movie.
Oh.
So is there an ending song? Memory. Since Sharina said I want to be a singer. Okay. Well, I'm going to let everyone go. Be sure to subscribe, share, tell a friend. I do offer consultations. I do one-on-ones like this. This is something that I do offer to people, but there is a charge. But normally, you know, there is a charge for this. It's like usually I go 2 hours and I ask you to bring a model, but I wanted to come on live with this because I'm reading the comments. So I said, okay, I'll do this and post this up. You know, we found out what the problem was. The nails actually look good. They look really good. They're not like outrageous. And then we learned a little bit about filing and not hurting the client and just little things we don't look at. It's really about getting that tunnel. That's what I said when I do nails. I go into a tunnel vision because I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing in the moment and not what I saw on YouTube earlier. It's like, no, what's happening right now? I need to do this.
Even how much liquid is in the brush. Because I was just going off of what I was told constantly over and over again.
Yep.
So
it made you think about like what's happening right here versus what you saw earlier. That was that scenario for that nail bed, for that nail plate. What am I working with right now? What size brush? How is this liquid absorbing in this brush today? And that's what you got to zoom in your focus on. It makes a really big difference. Like her nails look really good. I promise you. So that's it. I feel like I'm going to talk you all to death. It's a size 12 brush. And I think that's all. And yes, Sharina, I'm singing for you. And I will catch you all in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Well, I got to end 2 lives, huh? Bye.